Hello, hello, hello. Test, test, test. I'm trying to get all our hiccups over with right now. Put your horror channel points in before the stream crashes, as Drac said, and then that way you can do it twice. Hi, Nutty. Welcome to episode 5 of Icespire Peak. We left off in kind of a cliffhanger, so our synopsis is rather lengthy. What's up, Evil?
Either there's a really big delay or you haven't switched scenes yet.
No, I have switched scenes.
I can see it. There must be a big delay.
Must be a
Must
big
be a
delay.
massive delay because I'm
Refresh?
still seeing the starting screen. That's weird.
Do all of you see me in the game?
That's odd, man. It's so odd.
It's funny. I can see your background picture of
Zadriel
on the thing, but on the other one,
yeah.
In the other one, it's not.
Yeah. Must be Evil's thing. Last week, our heroes traveled to the logging camp to report to Tibor Wester and to deliver the supplies. Zenora shared more of her past with Vilfin on the way. She also helps Ema to share his past of his previous life turned into a giraffe, his family he lost, and his longing to go back to them. They encounter a boar looking at them suspiciously and let it run away. The logging camp is destroyed with bodies drug into the tunnels underground. A battle of unkegs ensues, and Bastion finds a bundle of twig-like people crafted with pig's blood and boar hair, meant to curse the people here and lure things to destroy the camp. Tibor Wester is found in a frightened state, we'll leave it at that, and after a toss in the water is cleaned up, and the journey back to the Falcons is decided, spotting a centaur on the way. Out Falcon's Lodge, Bastion tries out his pistol with Radlac. Ema finds puppies with Pal, and Zenora makes a concoction in the kitchen. Over dinner and a conversation in front of the fire, Falcon relays his scouting information that the word Gorthak and a lightning bolt symbols were written on messages amongst the orcs that he has hunted. A discussion that maybe Talos might have something to do with this is brought up, and the lighthouse and other locations were mentioned to look into. On returning to Phandalin, they see that a dragon had been there and done some damage. Vilfin and Sonora find Halia, who tells them she's already let the person with the bounty on them know, and that for a price she would keep an eye out for the mysterious Leonin heading in their direction. The others return Tibor to his brother and Vincent to Sue, where Radlac receives a beautiful new shield. At the Stonehill Inn, more tales are shared of one another's past, and Zenora and Ema have a heartfelt discussion about their families, sharing that they both feel outcast from their loved ones. In sleep, dreams reach Bastion and Ema at first tonight as we start, and as it starts to go in, the rest of you fade into the same dream, which we will slip into and listen in on as we see the two figures of male and female with a divine glow, and here, I am Mistra, and here and I have something that may help you on your journeys. One which I will give now, and one which is a promise for the future. And just as she turns her arm outstretched to show you something, lightning strikes across your vision, and dark clouds start to roll in. You see two eyes behind them glowing with sparks, and thunders rolling through your minds. You interfere, a booming voice rumbles really low, and Mistra and Tyr turn to the voice. Tyr speaks up and says, "Justice demands a balance. If you interfere, I will make sure the scales are even." And Mistra looks at all of you, looks at you in the dream, and says, "We will find all of you. Be ready. It will be soon. And she flicks her finger very lightly, and you are pushed out of the dream. All of you make a con save to see if it's almost as if a physical shove is happening to you. If you're on the floor, you're just going to roll. What did you guys get?
9.
9?
17.
Anyone under 15, you guys get pushed out of your beds?
So Sebastian gets pushed out of his bed.
Sorry, Sebastian. That's all you took from the synopsis. My name's John!
What if I'm not on the bed?
You're rolling up and waking up as if you were pushed.
Really?
It's almost day. So if you decide to go to sleep in, or if you decide to just wake up, it's up to you.
The Nora's going to get up, and it would be just before dawn, or just before Bill would probably wake up. She's going to get up, grab some water, like a big tankard of water, and grab some lettuce and her coffee, and go and sit outside with Ema and have breakfast with Ema.
Yeah, how close to dawn would it be?
It's about 5:30 a.m.
So it'd be pretty close to sunrise.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Vilfin would probably wake from the dream with that kind of start anyway, even though I passed my con save, and I would get up and prep myself ready for the morning to see what the sunrise brings.
All right.
Prep my ritual.
Prepping your ritual for the Thunder.
And I'd if Ema and Zenora are outside, they would actually see me come out. I probably wouldn't sit with them, but I would move. They would be within viewing distance, and they would see the ritual. It's very, very simple. He lays out a small, simple bowl, almost like a chalice, but it's a shallow bowl. Fills it with water and sits there and kneels in front of it, waiting for the first sunlight to hit. And as the first sun rays hit this little chalice, he then you probably won't hear what he says, but he'll say a few words, and then you'll see him drink from the bowl, and he'll probably wash his holy symbol in it as well.
And I'll just sit there and just watch, observe more than anything else, and just sitting with Emo, whether he's awake or not.
Emo, do you wake up?
Emo will wake up and he'll take out his daily flour and sit down and eat it.
So you see Zenora come and sit by you with her lettuce and her mug of
I give
water?
Ema the lettuce,
Oh, yeah.
the lettuce and the water, and I drink the coffee.
There you go. Share breakfast together. Radillac and Sebastian, what would you like to do?
I'll just get up and go back to my tools and pack them up and go down and have some coffee and stuff.
Have some coffee and stuff. 3 of them are outside. You probably witness through a window if you see at least one of them moving around out there. And Radillac, are you awake or are you still in your room?
Radillac's awake. He's waiting a bit to head down.
Okay. And it's up to you guys if you you have 2 other quests. I think you've accomplished talking to Aelia, and you've accomplished delivering Vincent back. So what lies ahead is up to you guys to come together.
So if everyone's gone inside or anything like that, I might try and convince Ema to come in and say, once we've had breakfast, maybe we should go in and see what they want to do for the day. What do you think?
Sounds good to me.
Okay. And we'll slowly walk in, and
And as you walk in, you see Sebastian. You have your bag of tools with you? You have all your gear with you, Sebastian?
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
So you see Sebastian at the table, probably having coffee or whatnot, all suited up. Radlack's not there, and Vilfin, are you still outside, or do you go in following your ritual for the day?
It only takes about 20 minutes, half hour to do the ritual. And then I'd end up going back inside as well.
All right.
Morning.
Morning, Vilfin.
Was anyone else walking early this morning?
Yeah.
Strange dream. Once again.
Did you fall out of bed too?
No, I didn't fall out of bed, but it definitely woke me up, which is why I was up so early. I figured it might have happened to you as well, since you were out there with Emma.
I just wanted to sit outside. I wasn't feeling very comfortable inside. Sometimes I can appreciate why Rad and Emma like to sleep outside. Speaking of, Rad didn't sleep outside last night. I thought he might have.
Maybe he's getting used to a warm bed.
It'd be interesting.
All right, so I guess we have to decide what we're going to do today.
Uh-oh.
Oh, good.
Who the fuck did that?
I didn't do it. We've been put in together mode.
Which turns all our cameras off on the overlay.
Drax. What did you do? I see Sadiq grinning like a little kid.
Is that retaliation for the subpar Bastion, or?
Bastard. Anyway, so did everyone check their park for a message from Hilya about the bounty, by any chance?
I didn't have it.
Nor I.
I didn't look.
Yeah, neither did I.
Perhaps you should.
So Radlack will head downstairs now.
All right.
And, come sit with the others.
And everyone gets advantage from Trishy. So,
Emma empties his pack out onto the table. It looks more like a compost heap than anything. There's pieces of gold mixed in with grass, and all of his other belongings sort of. It looks very messy and no organisation at all to it. Looks like everything's just been tossed in on top of whatever was on there before.
Emma, I think we're going to have to take you organization.
So, I did not receive any kind of letter about a bounty on me, so I know it's not me. And you say it was not you, Sonora?
No, I did not see it. I did look in my pack, so I suspect it's probably, well, Sebastian or maybe Radlack, since Emma's contents is all over the table.
Do we see the letter in amongst Emma's possessions, DM?
Emma, do you have a letter amongst your possessions?
As far as I know.
No, you do not.
So as Radlack sits down, he puts its big, meaty hand out, and underneath is the bounty.
Oh my! So, Mr. Radlack, it is you that someone is after?
Yeah, I figured I'd let you all read it for yourself first and decide if you want to hear me out afterwards.
Why don't you just tell us your story?
Whose door did you knock down this time?
It's a little bit more complicated than that, I'm afraid. So the bounty says 1,000 gold pieces, wanted alive, Radlack, wanted for the murder of a young tiefling, Oriana, and the kidnapping of 2 children. If you have seen these children or the Minotaur, do not approach. Please leave information at the miners' exchange. And across it, scrawled in Helia's handwriting, is Minotaurs have put up this bounty upon you.
Hearing the children comment, Sonora's going to put her hand to his throat. Not do anything, just have it to his throat. Children.
Wait a minute. I mean,
No.
No need to be
Children.
hasty. Just wait a minute, eh?
Explain. Children.
Let us hear what he has to say first.
I'm going to keep my hand there.
Wilfram will stand and draw his staff and ask her
I will do
one
nothing.
more. Remove your hand from his throat. Let him explain.
Children. I don't have
It's
a
whack.
moral compass.
Right across the wrist with the staff.
Still keep it there.
It's all right.
No change pain.
Mm-hmm.
It's all right, Wilfram. It's all right.
He's done
So-
nothing to prove that he is anything other than an honourable
He
gentleman,
is a
in my
barbarian
opinion.
who does not rage. He is different from other barbarians I know, and that's why I have not been so upset with him. But children.
You know nothing of what has happened.
Exactly. But I want to know, and I need him to tell me.
By threatening him? Makes no sense.
Oh, okay. Just give me a second. I obviously have not been completely forward with you. A theme that seems pretty common for our group, and he looks over to Ema. I am responsible for Oriana's death, but I didn't kill her. Nor do I know where the children are. I told you I ran with a bad crowd. Well, that crowd was the Hubris Legion. I don't know if you've heard of them.
Have we heard of the Hubris Legion?
Roll history.
Nope.
22.
22. It was set pretty high. I set it at 18. You have heard of the Hubris Legion, which is a group of minotaurs, and they are very aggressive.
Mhm.
Go ahead, Redleg.
I was born into it. It's the only life I ever knew, and while that's no excuse, that was my life until I met Oriana. Something changed in me when I met her and the kids. And suddenly I didn't understand why I was still with the Legion, and she stretched out her hand to me, and I don't know, everything changed in that moment, and I went with her, and we found a little place and lived peacefully for 4 years. She showed me a new way to live, a new way of being. Those 4 years, they meant everything to me. She told me about her life before, and it was similar to mine in a lot of ways. She been fighting all her life, and it'd been hard, and we never really talked about where the kids were from. They weren't hers. She was a tiefling, and they were half elves, and she never gave that information freely. Didn't last in the long run. I thought the Legion would give up and didn't care about me, but eventually they came for us, and I wasn't strong enough to keep Ariana or the children safe. They took Ariana's life, and I thought they'd had the children, but if they're saying they're with me, maybe they escaped, and they chained me down to the ground, and I left me for dead. I didn't think I'd make it out, but that's when I met Boker, and well, I'm here now.
Insight.
You can roll insight.
That's Sonora wants to know if she believes him or not. The hand's still there, by the way. My arm's just getting tight.
16. And what'd you get, Sonora? Or anyone else that wants to roll it. Don't know what you get.
Insight. So I got a
10
9.
for me.
I got a 9.
9.
I'm still not certain. Kids are involved.
But he seems.
But I'm relaxing.
You can tell at the sadness in his voice talking about Oriana and the children that he is very sincere. Vilfin. And all of you, since you rolled and you're not sure, he seems very sincere.
I'm gonna pull my hand away.
How long ago was this? Did this happen, Verlac? When you were left for dead?
It'd be close to 3 years ago now.
It's taken 3 years to put a bounty on your head.
Well, I was pretty sure they thought I was dead. I mean, I thought I was dead.
So that would mean that someone has ratted you out then? Let them know that, let these people know you still live?
Well, I stayed away from towns for the most part until came here. Tend to scare most folks. Big frame and...
Yeah, you're pretty intimidating.
Is that why you act like you're not as smart as what you are?
I mean,
I was going to mention the same thing. You seem awfully articulate right now compared to what you have been.
Well, I wouldn't say I'm the sharpest tool in the shed, but I sort of play it down a bit. People seem to be less intimidated if they think you're an idiot.
True, very true.
The children, how old were they?
I don't really know. They were half elves, and I never really had much to do with half elves before. I know they live a lot longer than a lot of other races around. Maybe 10, 12 maybe.
And you never thought to...
I looked for him, if that's what you're asking.
It's kind of where I was leading. I am aware that they are hard to fight and you would need more than one. And not that naive in believing that. It's concerning that there are children involved. It doesn't sit well, and I apologize that I had a lack, but innocence being harmed or taken does not sit well with me. It just does not.
Yeah, look, I understand, and I appreciate that you were a little distressed by the bounty, as I figured a few of you would be.
I, for one, a man's actions speak louder than anything else, and you do not strike me as the type to do such things.
Which leads me to a big question that I've been meaning to ask. And this is probably why there is this trust. Why do you not rage, Radilak?
It's kind of not who I am anymore. Only for others, not for myself.
I was surrounded by fighters and barbarians. I know what they can do. I know what they're supposed to do. Be fair, it is probably why I was okay with you. And I also know not all minotaurs. But just like I said,
Hasn't always been that way though.
no.
Back in the Underdark. That's before my time though.
Stories you mentioned.
Anyway, that's my story, and it's up to you guys. I mean, I thought I'd better let you all know and leave it at that.
Well, I, for
Sonora's,
one, would be more than happy to help you uh, find out why this bounty has been placed upon your head, and if necessary, I will defend you with every fibre of my being.
Sonora's gonna say, yes, I will do that, and she'll just walk out the bar. She needs to have a moment.
All right.
How do you two feel about this? And he looks to Sebastian.
I'm cool. You're pretty chill.
I appreciate that.
Aim,
Man.
Aim will walk over to him and hug him.
Get a bit teary. Hug him.
Radalak, as I say, may not have known you for a very long time, but you have, to me, you have proven yourself to have honor and integrity. So you can count me in as anything you need. Just call.
Nice.
If we need to defend you against these people, I'll be there.
Means a great deal to me, Vilfin. Thank you.
I myself do not have, we have not seen my family for a long time, and the people that I choose to share my ale with, I consider family.
All right. And as Toblin's serving you breakfast in between, and get your coffee, you realize you do have a couple options. So Falcon has mentioned the lighthouse with its Talos references that you could look at. And there is still like the Butterskull Ranch where they have their Butterskulls. Seems that orcs have attacked there, and they might be in need of your help. And there is a Mountain's Toe gold mine, which you'll need the Overseer to escort the Overseer to, which might take a bit of time. So, I do believe Radalak had the slips of paper to show you guys. So,
Yep. So, what do you think we should do? Obviously, there's no minotaurs in Findlin that we have seen that are chasing you right now.
Yeah, they'd be pretty conspicuous, I'd imagine.
I would think so. But not only that, I mean, obviously other people are gonna want to turn this bounty in. So, do we address this first and get that out of the way, or do we carry on and address it when it attempts to bite us in the bum? Which is entirely possible.
It's going to be difficult to stop it, I imagine. We're probably best just going about our business until something comes up.
Wait a minute. What jobs we got?
We've got the orcs. The orcs at the farm, the mining. It's got some dude to a mine, and Falcon said something about that lighthouse. But I don't know that we are quite skilled enough yet to maybe take on Talos.
Wasn't the lighthouse drawing ships in, not pulling them away?
Apparently so.
I think that one's like pretty important, you know, because stuff.
Are you immune to lightning by any chance?
Ah,
Looking at you, you seem to have quite a fair bit of metal on you.
I was thinking that if we tie like a pole to the top of Radalak and run a cable down his back so that it runs along the ground, you'd be a very good lightning rod.
Aye, he would be. You'd probably kill him in the process, I'd imagine.
No, just a bit of insulation. It'd be good.
Yeah, that doesn't sound great. They want me alive, just in case you were, didn't read it.
I mean, the bounty does say alive.
What?
But maybe we should look at maybe dealing with some of these orcs first. Build their strength, build their skill, and then maybe look at this lighthouse.
Where are the orcs at?
They were at a farm, I believe.
Yeah, they're Butterskull Ranch.
The
Butterskull Ranch.
Yeah, is a bit away. The tower is the closest. Then there would be Butterskull, and you'd have to wait a little bit to get for Don John to come into town to escort him. So
why don't we go do the ranch and then check out the tower on the way back?
It's fair enough. At least we have a look at it and see what is what.
all right.
Yeah, sounds good. I love it.
So with that, Wilfin will excuse himself and head outside to find Zenora.
Zenora. All right. Zenora, are you right outside the front, or have you gone around the side, or?
No, I've walked as far as I can to be under a tree, and I'm just sitting there breaking the tree with my nails.
Probably hear that sound and follow that sound to see her raking the tree.
She's visibly upset at the situation and herself, so you can tell that she's really upset.
He won't just walk up. He's going to sort of walk up and clear his throat when he's within sort of hearing distance, so he doesn't startle you or anything like that. Just so you let him know that he's there.
If you're here to yell at me, I'm already doing it myself, and I'm just constantly scraping.
I'm not here to yell at you. In fact, I'm here to apologise for striking you. I understand why you did what you did. But I'm the type of person that I see the good in people right away until they prove to me otherwise.
The problem is, it's not that I didn't see the good in him. It's the fact that I didn't trust myself to believe the good. I had children, I lost it. It's not his fault that these people are doing this to him.
I know. Which is why I'm willing to help him.
And like I said, I would help him, but I just needed a moment. I'm mad at myself for not giving him a chance. I know what it's like not to get a chance. It's just, I'm mad at myself. And
I sense that you're a very passionate person, and you wear your feelings on the outside. So it is understandable that you reacted the way you did. This is not a bad thing.
I'm just happy I didn't put the clothes up.
I saw Mike, because I would really hate to kill you. But anyway.
True. I like it too much to kill you too.
It's not a good thing to be wanting to kill each other. But we have decided that we're going to head out to the Cheesy Skull Ranch, and
is that what you orcs are?
Aye. We go smush a few orcs. On the way, we're going to stop and have a look at this lighthouse. See what's what there, and maybe look at that after.
I'm going to... Okay, I'm ready to kill orcs. Just give me a moment. I need to go get something from my room.
Alright, we'll meet you out front. We'll gather the rest.
And I race up to the room at hearing him say lighthouse. I get the drippings from the wax candles, a whole heap, and break it off. And I put it in my pouch, and then run back down.
All right. To gather all the drippings. Just from your room, or you gather everybody's drippings from everybody's room?
I would presume I wouldn't have access to the other people's rooms, so I'm going to say just mine, and maybe ask Toblin if I can have the wax from some of the candles.
Yeah,
Just-
on the tables and stuff like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
he'll let you. So he kind of looks at you odd, like, oh, okay, yeah, and then he lets you. So
Ema's still been wide open because he's never slept up there. If you wanted to go in there.
there probably wouldn't be any wax either.
Probably not. 'cause
No
the candle's
wax.
probably not being used.
yeah, brand new candle. So we'll go to the map. Take off the image. If I scroll in, which it won't let me, weird. You'd see. Oh, there we go. That Phandalin is here, and the lighthouse is really close, and then Butterskull Ranch is all the way up here. So you'll be seeing the lighthouse on your way to Butterskull. Do you guys need any provisions before you go, or are you guys
I
good?
think Vilfin is good. He's got everything he needs.
I'm going to duck in and see Sue.
All right.
I'm going to go, Sue, hi.
Hi. Are you guys all coming as a group, leaving out the town on
Vilfin
the
would
way?
probably wait outside.
Okay. So any of you guys go in, and you get, hi, how are you today?
I see, I have a very strange request.
Oh, yeah, we get those all the time. Yeah.
I was wondering if you could pretty please get me a bushel of apples. I would really, really like to have a bushel.
Yeah, that's not strange at all, considering most of you guys are half something or other. Let me go back in the back. All right, and she comes back. All right, 1 bushel, that'll be, I'll just say, how about a 5 silver, because they're going out of season, so.
Thank you very much. Also, can you get, and I'll say, I went through this region that's had some really, really fantastic wine. Would you be able to, and I'll mention this estate, and say, can you please get some of that wine for me? And I have something else I want to do, but I need to think on it.
Okay, I'll write this down, and she writes down the name, and I'll see what we can do when you guys get back.
I also have a custom order I would like. It's non-magical, so it's just something that I can wear. But I'm looking to see if I can get like a little pouch, like a little fanny pack type situation, with lots of little pouches around it, like a belt, so I can put my herbs that I need.
Oh, like an herbalist pouch. Oh, yeah, we got some of those in aisle 2. If you go down there, they got all
I'm
different
looking
kinds.
for one that I can separate them individually, not just all in one.
Oh.
So they're like little pouches for each little thing, so I can carry mass amounts.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
Well,
I already had a herbalist pouch. I just want something that I needed to be separated. It's driving me nuts. I need to separate it.
oh, you're one of those. Okay, yeah, we got you. Okay. Yeah, we'll
Thank you.
get that for you. And she writes it all down. And you have a bushel of apples, which I imagine you're going to be noticeable carrying out unless your pack's really
No,
big.
I'm gonna try and take it out.
Put as many apples in.
in as I can.
Sue's like helping you stuff them in the back, yeah. And as you guys come out, you see Zenora out there. So you guys are gonna go ahead.
When Ema leaves, is going to pack up and leave the inn. He's going to hold his bag up against the side of the table and basically use his arm to shuffle all the stuff into his bag. And there'll be more care about getting the grass into his bag than there will be anything else.
Meticulously getting the grass and making sure it's all right. So you guys are gonna set out. You'll probably need a rest on the way. If none of you have anything important specific you want to say, we can breeze through the rest unless you guys have
Before we
something to
go,
do.
how much would the wine and the belt have cost?
We'll say about a gold and 50 silver altogether.
Yeah.
What is the weather like today? please,
Ooh.
Em?
Need to roll a d4. It is sunny today. Nice and sunny.
So Wilfin will be in good spirits today as the sun is shining.
All right. So as you guys are traveling, you will be able to see in sight the lighthouse with the ships and the coast to the left of you. Why don't you go to the fork in the road where the Triboard Trail goes along?
So how far away from the fork in the road to the lighthouse?
Let me bring that map up again. Let's see, 5, 10, about 20 miles.
So we can see it. We can see it in the distance.
Yeah, you can see it in the distance because the coast is in the distance with the ocean.
You're thinking of going there?
Sebastian, do you think we should go have a closer look before we head to the ranch?
Well, if we're gonna go all that way, we might as well, do whatever's wrong with it. So
I don't think we'll all die if we go there, to be honest. I don't know about you, but I have no idea how to stop lightning.
I already told you. We get a pole and we stick it on the back of.
I'm pretty sure Radlac is not a great fan of that idea.
A pole on Radlac for lightning? You're trying to kill him? They said they wanted him alive.
No, you run the cable all the way down the pole and you touch the ground, so it's grounded. It's physics. It's awesome.
Yeah, I'm confused also.
You can roll an insight if you don't believe him.
Yeah.
I believe him. 100% I believe him.
24.
It definitely would kill Radlac.
No, it wouldn't.
Pretty confident
because
it would.
You'd be grounded.
Yes, in the ground. That's how to be grounded. Jesus.
All right,
I thought we were
so
friends.
how about this then? How about we make a vote to go to the lighthouse or to the ranch? So all those in favour of going to the lighthouse?
Just
Say
flip
aye.
a coin. Yeah, I like to flip coins.
I'm not about to leave it to that kind of chance. Let us vote.
To be honest, I'd like to succeed at killing something, so I'm going for the orcs. I need to kill something.
Isn't there harpies at the tower?
That's another reason not to go.
They're just harpies, man.
Have you
Not
ever
bad.
seen a harpy?
Well, there was this story that my old man told me about some guy that went home with a harpy, but I think that was, metaphorical, not literal.
Harpies like to eat gnomes, I do believe.
Why don't you kill it?
It's not so easy to kill.
Sebastian, that story, remind me to tell you what that actually means.
I know what it means. As I said, I don't know if it was metaphorical or literal.
I'm going to go, having
Because-
met your parents, I can honestly say I know exactly what that means.
And a harpy and a gnome love each other very much.
Oh yeah, the harpy would want to eat the gnome. This is my
Aye, it
point.
would indeed.
And he's still alive, so
I don't know about that.
Maybe
Anywho.
first impression.
We have two at the moment. Two
Let-
votes for the ranch.
let's go do the
Jesse-
ranch, and then we'll do the tower on the way back. We'll hit the tower on the way back, man. It's all good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't even know if we'll be strong enough to do it then. We'll have to wait and see, I guess.
Well, we need to have a rest anyway, so we can decide.
Aye.
We can decide on the way back when we've had our rest.
Fair call. So we turn whichever way we need to go to head to the ranch.
Turn to the right to make the long journey to the ranch. You'll probably stop and camp halfway, and the night goes by fine. As you make your way closer, you see the town of Coonaberry which is very, very quiet for some reason. It looks almost like this deserted kind of Wild West town. I'm going to my pages. I'm doing this. It's almost abandoned and eerily silent, except for the whistling of the wind as it's blowing through. Some of the settlements are burnt, some are crumbling down. As you're making your way through the ruins,
In your way downtown.
can you make your way downtown? Oh, it's in my head now.
Sorry.
All right.
Sorry.
Roll
I
perception.
couldn't help it.
Dolphin at disadvantage. No, I'm just kidding. Roll perception.
Perception. Oh my god, I'm loving this dice tonight. Perception. That will be a 24.
Ooh.
Dolphin doesn't see anything.
All right. Anyone else got higher than a 15?
I got the 24.
Yeah. You, Nora, see 3 unsaddled riding horses grazing near the well in Conaberry. If any of you wish to look, well, you would know with your 24 that branded on their hindquarter is the initials B-A-K. And from your paper that you got from Harbin Wester, you know that the Big Al Calazorn is the owner of Butterskull Ranch. So with that high of a perception, you would be very good at noticing.
So, I'm going to grab Emma to me and say very quietly, do you think you can go out to the horses and ask them what's going on? Please.
Sure.
And do it quietly, Emma. I think there might be things around here. Be very careful. And I will walk with Emma behind so I don't scare the horses, but covering Emma's back as I walk around. Whether anyone else heard, that's up to them.
Okay. So I imagine you guys would have heard them because you're all together. And if she's pointing at the horses at all, you guys would see the horses by then. And Emma, if you're going first, make an animal handling check to see if you can approach without startling it.
Hey.
At advantage, because you also have an advantage from the group if you want to.
Yeah, probably should.
Being as your previous animal
Yeah.
yourself.
21.
Okay. As you approach these horses, they raise their necks up really quick to look at you and kind of lower and watch as you come up. What are you trying to do? Are you just trying to touch one or talk to it? What would you like?
Emma's going to walk up to her. She's about a meter away from her. Yeah. Hi, horses. Hi.
And you're speaking in horse, I take it?
Speaking of horse.
We didn't think anyone was here. I feel like I should say here.
Are you alone here?
Yeah, we came from the ranch. We were taken, attacked. We don't know what happened to Petunia. We all took off.
Petunia, another horse.
Petunia's the cow that makes the cheese.
So, who took you?
Well, actually, no one took us. We took off. Orcs attacked our master's farm, killed all the pigs and the chickens.
What about your master?
We didn't stop to check. A lot
Are
of...
you guys okay?
I think so. I mean, since you're nice and you speak horse, we could give you a lift if you like.
That'd be very good, thank you. I'm just going to say this. There's a lion behind me, and she won't hurt you at all. She's really sweet.
And they like look up a little bit above your head. Are you sure?
Yes, she's very nice. She's just here to protect me if there's something else around.
What's that then? And they do this with their muzzle at Radalek.
It's a big cow person.
Oh.
He's good too.
Hey.
I don't think we could give him a lift. We could break our back.
And you wouldn't be able to carry Zenora either. But Zenora would bow very gently in front of him to make sure that they know that she means no harm.
Yeah, you hear lots of.
Yeah. It's like, because he's gone like this, and I've just gone like that, because I'm watching and making sure that everything's okay.
The horse lowers her head and bows a little. All right, well, all right, we can take you there. We'll take the little
what
one.
did they say?
They say that their house was attacked, and their animals were taken or something, and they say they'll give us a ride back to their home.
Attacked by what?
Sorry, what did you say attacked you?
These big green things with tusks and swords and things.
Orc-looking thing by the sound of things.
All right, time for a fight.
Is there anything around where we are that may be of use or anything like that?
Anything that looks like what?
Anything around us that may be of use? Or that we...
The settlement's pretty well burnt down and crumbled buildings, and pretty much the horses you'd have to ride bareback. Not much else. There might be some rope, maybe, if you wanted to find some rope.
I might grab a little bit of extra rope. If I see that, I'll grab some extra rope.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, as I'm grabbing the rope, I'm going to grab an apple out and give one to each of the horses. Ooh. And then one to Ema. And so I originally brought this for you so we could share, but do you mind me giving some to the horses?
I don't mind. My lion, again speaking in horse, she's gonna say my lion friend has food for you guys.
And yeah, and I've held out, given Ema two, one for him and one for a horse, and I'm holding out 2 apples.
And the horses do that thing with their lips that I can't do, like.
Yep.
How's that go again, Yanti?
I can't do it with the role play. No, don't clip it. Anyway.
Clip that one. 100%.
So you now have 3 horses.
Emma's gonna say in horse, see, I told you she was really nice. Holding out an apple to the third horse.
The horses go up to the dwarf, the gnome, and Ema, who they feel would be best suited to ride them, because they took a look at Radalak and Leonin and decided on probably too heavy. Unless the Leonin could probably hop on with a gnome, maybe. I think. It's up to you guys.
Yeah, good.
Do you help Vilfin and
I'll help Vilfin
Sebastian
and
up?
Sebastian up. Because I'm 7
Vilfin
foot,
refuses.
I probably wouldn't be.
Vilfin refuses.
Vilfin would say, no thanks, I'm fine.
All right.
If anyone was actually taking notice, you'd tell that Vilfin makes a wide berth around the horses. He does not look comfortable around horses at all.
Ema won't ride a horse either, because he's obviously not used to doing something like that.
All
But
right.
he'd happily walk alongside them.
Sebastian, do you get on?
Hell yes.
Sebastian's the only one on. Sonora, do you get on? You could if you.
Ooh,
What?
medium, so would they be able to?
Yeah, because a human is medium, yeah?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Any medium creature would be fine.
Any medium? I'll look at Emma and go, are you sure the okay was having a lion on their back?
Emma will say, "If are you okay with my friend to ride you, or do you think you're suitable?"
She gives apples, so she's okay in my book.
Emma will turn back to Zenora and say, "Yes, he's very happy. I think it was the apple gesture."
Aww. And Emma will pat and then face over and hopefully not fall off. She's never ridden a horse in her life.
So she'll be pretty bouncing around if you've never ridden a horse, trying to hold on to the mane. So we've got two, and the other one just follows along. As you guys start, Wilfin's probably making a wide berth of the horses as you guys go down. In between Conaberry, in the 5 miles between Conaberry and Butterskull, make another perception check if you could. 15 or above, let me know.
12.
I'm doing this on purpose, but I got 24.
Holy crap.
16.
Okay. Radleck and Zenora, you see a few hundred feet off of the Tribor Trail you're on as a cow with a cowbell around her neck with something written on it. This cow has a peg leg. It's the weirdest cow you've ever seen for some reason. Stands out in a crowd, but she's looking kind of lost.
Emma, you want to do your thing? There's a cow in front of us. Have a look, the one with the peg leg.
Emma's going to move up to the thing, to the cow, and she's still holding the apple that Zenora gave him. She's gonna call out here, "Hello, cow."
In cow.
Can't remember what the best thing said its name was.
And a Petunia. Animal handling check.
"22.
Oh. Who are you?
I'm Emma. Are you Petunia?"
Yes. And you notice the closer you get that Petunia is written across her cowbell.
I'm friends of the three horses that came from your farm. We're heading back there.
She sees 3 horses. Yeah, go ahead.
And Emma's gonna walk over to her, sort of kneel in front of her and hold out the apple.
I'm just going to do the thing cows do with the tongue. I'm not doing it.
Go on,
And
do it.
grab it with the tongue and eat it and crunch on it. And then she's going to say, are you headed to Al's home where we live?
Yes, my friends are really good at squashing orcs, and we're going there to make sure that your master and your friends are all okay.
And she starts to walk to follow you. So you now have like a shadow of Petunia constantly following you everywhere. She just wants to come. She's very silent, but she seems like she's had a bit of trauma in her life. And she's just following close. It's your friendly face, seems like. And you guys are going to keep going on. So as you start to enter Butterskull Ranch...
Butterscotch, please.
It occupies... I'll show you the place that it occupies real quick if I can. Lots of tabs, guys. Lots of tabs. Taking that off there. It's a huge plot of land with a large lake, and there's a barn, but the barn is completely burnt down. I'll only show you like the part of the land that I can. And so you're gonna arrive this way, coming in this way, and heading towards this house right here. So you guys follow. The horses kind of skirt a wide berth. You're gonna see a lot of dead farmers, swords, pitchforks lying around, lots of dead animals, unfortunately. And as you get closer to the house, we're gonna go to our foundry map.
Yeah, so as we approach it, definitely Wilfin will be keeping an eye out for any movement, hawks or otherwise.
As we're seeing the dead animals and everything like that, Sonora would be looking to see if she can find any safe place to stash the horses and Petunia so they don't get done in the crossfire.
You can stash them right behind where the barn, like the ruins of the barn was. So there's still like a little bit of burnt wall remaining that's charred and blackened. And you can put them there and then try to walk on foot towards the door.
Emma, let's get them to a safe place. Let's put them in that barn over there. Let's try and keep them as safe as possible, okay? I don't want them hurt.
Ema will walk them over to the barn area and say, stay here, we're going to have a look around. So say in horse, stay here, we're going to have a look around. And make sure there's nothing that can hurt you guys around. And then she's going to repeat the same thing in cow.
Okay. And Petunia, I don't know why I almost said Clarabelle. Petunia wants to follow you terribly. She's very nervous, but she peg legs it over to the other horses and stands still over there. And between the barn and the farmhouse, you'll see a destroyed smithy, and around it, 2 farmhands and 5 orcs are swarming with flies. It looks like they've been ransacked, so there's nothing of value along where they're at. And the closer you get to the house, you hear the rowdy noises of orcs having a grand old time in the house. They don't seem to notice you, so their noises are kind of masking your presence. You see a cellar door around the side if you're kind of like veering around to get to the front.
I want to check in the windows if I can. How tall are the windows? Am I able to see them? I mean, I'm 4'9", so
if you get pretty,
I'm tall for a dwarf, but
let's see how close can you get to the windows, because I've got the little foundry. So if you get close to this doorway is shut. We're gonna do that. You can't really see anything in, but you can definitely hear them. If you got to this window, you would see an orc there, but he seems to be talking to someone, and it looks like a kitchen.
okay.
And
How many
go ahead.
voices? I was going to say, how many voices does Sonora think she can hear?
Well, there's an upstairs and a downstairs, so it's a 2-story.
Yeah.
So I'd
probably a
find it
lot.
confusing.
Yeah.
So there's okay.
If you guys,
So
do you guys want to
investigating
scout
the
around?
outside of the house.
Yeah,
I want to just scout around the house.
Roll some stealth, even though they can hear you. See what you get. If you make any noises.
Natural 20.
Nice. You're super stealthy.
That will be 23.
Let me see my, so I can show the viewers. So around here you see a cellar door. That's shut. And you see a well, nothing really of note. You see a back door kind of a place with a porch. And that's about it. As you go back around.
You said there was a cellar door there, yeah?
Yeah, around the back.
So what do you think, guys? In through the cellar and surprise attack from the underneath? Or through the front door?
The problem is, if we go through the front door, there's an up and a down. If we go from the basement, they've only got one way to go down, so maybe from the basement or the cellar. as much as it
Yeah.
puts us into a tunnel, it does the same for them.
Well, yeah, definitely. I mean, it means they only have one or two ways to come in. If we bar the cellar doors on their way in, it means only one way in, which is through the main interior. I'm
Maybe
sure
we
we
could
can
get-
handle it.
Okay, I've got dark vision, and
So do
Rad
I.
and Emma don't. So we need one in front, one behind. Has dark vision. What do you want to do?
I'll bring up the rear.
Okay. So
I
Emma's
don't have a lot of armor, but I'm quick. But
So Zenora's going to start to go down the cellar as quietly as she possibly can.
Okay, we'll use Nora as a point of reference, even though you're all behind her, I'm assuming, yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
they're going to follow.
So the cellar maps, right, I put over here. Let me just check real quick that you guys can see, because my map's bigger than your guys' map. All right. As you get to the wooden doors to the
Size
cellar.
doesn't matter.
Uh-huh.
You keep telling yourself that, Sadiq.
As you get to the wooden doors.
Every night.
Wow. As you get to the wooden doors of the cellar, it looks to have a lock on it. Do you want to bust the lock, Sonora? Or do you want someone to pick it? Or do you want to... What would you like to do?
We're probably going to have lots of orcs to do, so I should probably save my spells. I'm going to gesture Sebastian over, because he's usually the one with all the gadgets and everything like that. And go, can you break this quietly? And I'm pointing to the lock.
I could pick it,
Please,
potentially.
please, I don't think I could do that.
Excellent. So, try to pick
Okay.
the lock.
If you can't pick it, I can probably break it with my smelty tools.
We need to be quiet. That's why I'm suggesting pick fast.
Be quiet. I have an understanding how these locks work mechanically.
That's probably a better roll. 16, sleight of hand.
16, and the lock...
You're
You
muted.
muted, Dave.
I'm muted because of city. 16, and the lock undoes itself for you, and it is open. As you go down to the cellar, it has, you see that it has dirt floors. Set along the shelves is the skulls of butter to keep cool. It has 8-foot-high plank ceilings with the wooden pillars. And tied to his chair is a large figure with a burlap sack over his head and a chair right in the middle. And everything else kind of looks pillaged. And he has a burlap sack over his head. And he's kind of like...
You're muted.
So there's nothing else in the area at all?
Nothing of note. Like, there's butter skulls, there's fruits and vegetables in these bushels.
No.
All right. Access to the upper floor.
No access
Alright.
to the upper floor, unfortunately. You did see the back porch that looked pretty,
Okay.
and there was windows to the back porch, but it didn't look like anyone was in there, so.
But there's no access from the cellar to the house.
No.
And there's no one around, so it's just that one person in the room, nothing else? Okay, I'm going to produce flame just to get some light so everyone else can see. And I'm going to take the burlap sack off the head. Nothing else. Just take the burlap sack.
As he sees you, he has a handkerchief
heart attack
tied
and
in
dies.
his mouth, and he's like, "Roo! Roo!" You see this lion-like creature with flame in her hand.
Chill, dude. Chill.
What are you screaming about? You look
Wait
like
until
Oryx
she
to
sees
you.
Ratalac. Wait until she sees Ratalac. And I just got my hand in my head, and and
Wait. Don't take that gag out just yet. Let
I
him,
wasn't going to.
let him calm down. He's a bit excited.
Radlac.
Are you
Show
outside,
yourself.
Radalac?
That's what I'm done with.
Okay, I'll go back outside.
No. Stay here. Show him your face. Get it over and done with, and then we can.
Do you
If
step
I have
into
to
the
hit him, I
light?
will.
Hi. You okay? He looks a little bit tied up.
Yeah, he's tied up and gagged.
We will undo everything, but you need to know that we are friends and not scary. I know our hiding fire. It's just so they can see.
I wouldn't say we aren't scary.
Just
wait.
look here.
Nice.
We are here to
Yeah,
kill the orcs, not you. You do not look like an orc.
I have
If
to
you
agree.
if you scream, I'll have to hit you.
We've got a lion with a handful of fire, a minotaur.
And a stoned gnome. Don't forget the stoned gnome.
I'm not stoned, man.
I beg to differ, but okay.
A gnome, a dwarf, and a human giraffe.
And you hear clip clop tink, clip clop tink, clip clop tink, and then and in the doorway is Petunia following, and he sees Petunia's head, and he's like, and he calms down.
That's Petunia, because I'm guessing Ema told me that. Well, actually, she's got it on her belt.
Yeah.
We know Petunia. We brought her back. Ema, what's she doing here? We told her to get her safe. And
Emma, would you go tie that fucking cow up before it gets into trouble?
I don't want your cow hurt. I'm guessing this guy has fondness for Petunia.
Alright, you there in the chair. Are you going to scream? Because if you do, I'll have to hit you, and I don't want to do that because I'm here to help you, not to hit you. So I'm gonna move the skag now. Please don't scream, or she'll set your face on fire. And I removed the gag.
All right.
Probably not the best thing to say
Already
before
broke her
you
eyes.
I'm blunt. What can I say?
Very good. Roll intimidation. Unless you're persuading.
I wasn't trying.
Persuasion then. Whichever you feel like you're doing.
What do we got
Sonora is
here?
like. Sonora
14.
turned and said, I set your bed on fire once! Once!
Once is enough, okay? It was a beautiful beer.
And I just take the gag off. He's like, shh. They're up above. I'm Big Al. Nice to meet you.
We know they're up there. They're making enough noise that we're okay.
All right.
Okay, so maybe,
So- Yeah,
right?
yeah. Let's say while you're talking to him, I'll move around and cut his ropes.
Okay, so we need to get you safe, Petunia safe. And I'm looking at the cow, pleading for her to not be there.
She follows you everywhere if you give her something, I swear.
Oh,
Trash is giving DM fucking advantage again. Holy crap.
If you give me a weapon, I'll help you kill the orcs. They've taken over my ranch. I'm not going to let that happen.
Are you a capable fighter? Because if you're not a capable fighter, then we don't want you to get killed.
I used to run the town of Tribor back in the day. I've retired, but I can still fight to defend it. So I can defend this place.
All right.
okay. Sonora's gonna flat it off and go, I want this back. And I give him my bow staff,
Okay.
quarter staff, and then have that.
Much
I want it
obliged.
back.
Much obliged. All right.
I take it, to say. And I'm not giving him my scimitar. He can.
All right. So, Mr. Al, Big Al, was it? Is there any way into the house from here, or do we have to go back to the doors?
There's two doors. There's one in the front and one through the back if you want to go through the
Why
back.
do you not have stairs from your cellar? Makes no sense.
It's just a dirt cellar to keep the butter cool. That's all. You know.
Very inconvenient. I don't like walking. I'm short. Christ.
Speaking of, we're going to have to have a conversation when we're out of this booth, and I got something to ask you.
Ema's
No.
gonna
The answer's no. All right.
Ema?
Ema's gonna put his arms around Junior, and in doing that, is going to hold the cowbell so it won't chime as it moves.
Nice.
Very good. Are you gonna escort her back somewhere, tie her to the... You guys got extra rope, so you could tie her to something if you wanted to.
So I will give the rope to Emma and say, you make sure she stays there. I don't want to hurt.
All right. So I vote the back. Have you seen? Did any of you see where they're in the front or the back or anything like that?
I saw one in the kitchen, but that was about it.
We could go through the back. That's the dining room area. You could surprise attack them from the kitchen, maybe.
Your house, mate.
All right. So he is voting. I'm going to use Zenora for reference. Shall we go over here? That you go up the steps to the back door and in through this door over here by the well. I'm just going to grab everybody. Can I grab them all? No. Can I grab them all this way? Yes! Woo! Off we go. All right. Now you guys saw everything. So, you guys are going to go in through the back.
Zenora's would have extinguished her flame as she's gotten out the cellar.
All right. As you guys go in through it, this is like a little common room, like as you take your boots off and stuff like that. There's a door here and a stairway going straight up. What do you guys want to do? Big Al tells you that the dining rooms and the kitchen are in through that way. There's also stairs. He tells you going up if you choose to go through that way.
Should clear down here first, don't you think? Someone maybe watch the stairs for reinforcements.
All right. You guys agreeing?
Just gonna, so before we leave the basement, Ema will go into his bag, pull out a whole bunch of grass, sort of flicking the coins out of it. Puts the grass in front of Petunia, and then sort of ties her up and says, I need you to stay down here because we're gonna go kill the orcs that are attacking this place. So you'll be safest down here. Have this grass and stay down here, please. I'll come get you in a bit.
Okay. And she stays still. So.
And then Ema will follow the group.
And you're gonna follow the group in. So you guys go into the dining room. The dining room is like a trestle table. Cattle skulls are on the walls for decor. Lots of if you go in the downstairs closet, there's lots of dinnerware. It seems pretty trashed. The windows seem broken, and through here you hear it sounds like two orcs in conversation, but upstairs you hear many more. So do you guys want to gather in on this doorway?
Is there another entrance to that kitchen from the hallway?
The front door leads into the kitchen, and this doorway, I do believe, leads into the kitchen.
I'm not going to go back outside now. I'll move into the dining room.
Okay.
But closing the door behind us so that if orcs come from upstairs, they will have to come through that door and we'll hear it.
Yeah. All right. Do you guys have a marching order for if you want to go in the kitchen? Who's going to open or are you just going to open the door and let them come in to you? What's your strategy?
What do you reckon? Radalak first, being the biggest and probably the most intimidating. You muted, Zenora.
We're going to be talking strategy. I have an idea. I may be able to do something. If I quietly open the door and I will cast Entangle, and making sure that the actual vines go over their mouth so they can't speak as well.
Interesting. Sounds like a plan.
And that would be a strength saving throw of 13 for them, but yeah, it would get both of them because it's in a 20 feet radius.
All right.
Give it a go.
Okay.
Radalak, be ready just in case it doesn't work.
All right before that, we're going to take a brief break since I feel like this battle's going to run on and we're almost halfway. So we'll take a brief break and we'll hold that thought before we get started. And we will return you guys because we need coffee. All right.
Coffee.
Be right back. Let's start break. We're back. Apparently. We're gonna roll for initiative before we start to find out what everybody got. Ema, what did you get? 15. Sebastian.
19.
Ooh. Zenora.
14.
Everybody's got good stuff. Vilfin.
21.
And Redlack.
8. So
Oh,
much for being ready.
I got a roll for Big Al.
Distracted.
Big Al got a 16. So he's going to go in between. Alright. So Zenora's going to hit Ensnaring Strike first, as she said, through the doorway. Yeah?
Entangled, they've got to do a strength saving throw of 13.
Okay. So you're going to hit these two, as you see, and they both get an 8.
Just need to move the map over a bit.
So that... Okay, yeah. So that failed, on their part. So they get entangled, yeah?
They're entangled.
And you're trying to cover their mouths with their...
Yeah, so I'm covering their mouth.
Alright. So are you moving forward into the... It's difficult terrain for them, isn't it? Or is it just grappling?
These plants turn the ground in the area into difficult terrain. So I'm guessing that's for everybody. So.
Yeah.
So I think it can be held up to a minute.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they've got to do a saving throw either on... It doesn't say whether it's on their turn or my turn.
I think it's on their turn.
Yeah, it's normally the end of their turn.
I'll go look at you real quick here. Yeah. Alright, so is that all you wanted to do? Do you want to hold there? Do you want to move out of the doorway or try to go in?
I would probably move out of the doorway to let them through.
Alright. So I'll put you next to there. And it would be Vilfin's turn now.
I'm going to stand back, giving Mr. Radlac and enough room to get through the doorway, and I'm just going to cast my Radiant Sunbolt.
All right.
Which at the closest one to me
Yep.
through the doorway,
Yep.
which is 17 to hit.
That does it.
And the damage will be 7 points of radiant damage
Nice.
as I strike him. And I'm going to spend 1 key point, which will give me that attack twice more as a bonus action.
All right.
So that'll be a... Oh, where are we? 23 to hit on the first one.
Oh, wow. Yep.
And a 23 on the second one. Double 23s.
That works.
With a further 6 and 7. So 13 points of radiant damage again.
All right. He is grasped by the vines, but he falls dead. The vines are holding him upright as he's floating there, and the other one's looking very upset, trying to wiggle. Do you want to stay where you are, or?
Yeah, as long as there's
There we
enough
are.
room for someone
There's a
else to get
space.
through the doorway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, who is next? Sebastian, you are next, and then Ema.
And for my free action, I'd say, dirty, rotten orcs. You get everything you deserve.
What would you like to do, Sebastian?
I'm gonna stick my head through and throw the light hammer at the other one that's not dead.
So you're gonna go up to the door and stick your head through?
Well, he's kind of go through the doorway, throw my hammer in, and then wait for it to return to my hand.
As you go, where are you? As you go through the doorway, you notice there's another orc just in the corner there. There you are. As you go in, you're gonna notice that another orc's just in the corner there, and you're gonna throw your hammer. Go ahead and roll the hit.
Yeah.
At the closest
17
one.
to hit.
17 hits.
A mighty 8 points of
Ooh.
damage.
8's good.
And then I'll step back out and go, there's another one in there.
Ema, you're next.
Is there someone standing in the doorway?
They keep going into the doorway and then moving back out. So you can move into the doorway if you wanted to.
Alright, so Ema's gonna go and look through the doorway, but
Yep.
behind all the people that are sort of there.
Yeah, so like this way. Yeah, so you'd see an orc in your vision.
And then, further back, like so, it's behind. He's behind the other people. He's gonna lay down on his back on the ground, and then using his longbow,
Yeah.
he's gonna fire an arrow across his chest, like that across his chest, like you would, but straight through the legs of all the other people in front of him.
Should I make you roll for like a flare thing?
If you roll a natural 1 and shoot me in the ass, you're in big trouble.
17 to hit.
Yeah, that hits. So he makes this skilled shot underneath all the arrow. You guys see this arrow whoosh underneath. As it kills this orc.
11 points of damage.
Yeah, this orc's dead. Kills this orc. He is grasped in the vines. I'm imagining the vines will dissipate as these orcs have died. Both, there's nothing left to grasp, or do they stay for a minute? Let me read your thing. I think they leave. Yeah, they leave because there's nothing to entangle. I never got to use entangle as a druid.
I don't think I would use it either.
Use its action. When the spell ends, the conjured plant wilt away. So it's up to you since you're concentrating on it, Zenora, if you chose to drop it or not. But it is now. Would be
Yeah.
rattle. Go ahead, Ema.
You're muted.
Oh,
On my turn, it would drop early.
so it would be Zenora's turn now, and then Radalak.
Okay. I'm going to, obviously I'm not concentrating on it now if they're dead. I'm going to walk into the room.
Yep.
Actually walk into the room.
Yep. And you'll see this orc in the kitchen on the far end, beating his chest at you.
Are they wearing or holding anything metal?
He's got a great axe in his hands, so yes.
Is the great axe metal on the handle?
I would say it's a wooden handle. I know I see what you're trying to do. I'm looking.
I know what you're trying to do.
Yeah, I do too. They're wearing hide armor, so I imagine it would be wood, though. Yeah.
Okay, so then she wouldn't do that if she didn't see anything metal that they were holding. She wouldn't do it. I will do. Actually, no. I'll use poison spray at the one that I see.
Okay.
And that's a constitution of 13.
13. Okay. Now they got a 14. So did they take half damage? Yeah. Right.
I'll have a look. I don't think so. No, because it's not a attack.
Okay. As you
it's a cantrip.
do the poison spray, he kind of turns his head and lifts his axe and blocks you. Did you want to move closer into the room, or for you?
I'll walk in, but as a bonus action, I will grab some sumac from my disorganized pouch that I'm absolutely pissed off about still, and produce flame blade.
Okay, awesome. So this flame makes a blade in your hand, and Radalak, you have room to come into the room. It's your turn now. There. You've heard Sebastian say there's one still in there.
So how far away from where I am is the orc?
You know what? I can't find your little icon. Where's your
disappeared.
icon?
I've run off into the woods.
Where's your little icon at? I'll
Trying
find
to
it.
get married to Petunia.
On the table there.
Are you hiding under Sebastian or something? I'll get you.
Yeah, I think so. I think he's under the table.
We'll find it.
Under all of us there somewhere.
We'll drag you over. You would have entered the room with everybody else, so. Did you want to come into the room and go up to the orc, or?
Yeah.
All right. So hearing Sebastian, you rush in and go past the Nora and run up to the orc. What would you like to do? Roll a hit for your thing?
Seeing that they've dealt with most of them, I'm going to leave my shield for another time. I'm going to take out my great axe and try and lop his head off.
All right.
18 to hit.
That hits.
Ooh. 15 points of slashing damage.
15 is exactly what you needed. How do you kill this orc? You wanted to lop his head off?
Yeah, just straight in the neck.
Radalak comes in and swings back and takes his head right off onto the countertop as the orc slumps down onto the ground. You guys are out of initiative for now. Before poor Big Al got to come in, he was ready. He was running. He was ready to fight.
Wilfin's going to go stand by the door that they came in, waiting for potential enemies to come running in from upstairs, because I don't know whether they heard us or not.
Well, you guys made quick work of them. I'll make it wrong because you made quick work. You strangled their voices, and then the last one before you had to look around, Radalak came in. So, no, they're pretty rowdy upstairs. You hear them laughing in Orc and speaking. It doesn't seem like anyone's heard you as of yet. So
the Nora would still have the flame blade out, so she's not wasting a spell.
Yep.
So I would probably, so this is all the ground floor, up would be, alright, so then it would be going up, so I would walk up with my flame blade ready to go.
Okay. So we'll go over to the second floor. I'm going to use Zenora's point of reference. As you guys go up the steps to the second floor over here.
Ema, sorry.
Go ahead.
Just Ema will stand up and then go and try and recover his arrow.
Yep. Roll for your arrows and gather them up.
You're never.
So if Zenora's going first, do you guys want to march in order? Do you want to wait?
Wilfin would follow Zenora.
Wilfin, and then Redelac, would you be close behind? And who?
Yeah.
And Sebastian and Ema, I guess, would be taking up the rears. Alright.
Yeah, they take it up the rear all the
Taking up the
time.
rears.
If I rolled in that one, it would have been you.
You would have taken it up the rear.
I don't know how giraffes do it.
From behind. They go, you see Zenora this hallway leading down to, and you can see from where you're at, you can see two orcs at the end of this hallway. These doors are shut, but it looks like all the noises are coming down from there. Do you relay down the stairwell to your party behind you?
So I'm going to turn behind me and look at Bilfin, and I'll go to, and then I'll say that's what I've got eyes on.
And I'll relay the information down the group. Yeah. Wodgy wodgy, tutu. Cut the heads off. No sound.
Alright. I'm gonna go ahead.
I think I'll look at Bilfin and go, I'm going, and just barrel down and go for the slice. Knowing that he's...
Wilfin will follow behind.
Alright.
Follow up the attack.
I'm gonna get another initiative from you. We should have just kept the other initiative. Well, no, we gotta re-roll because of
New combat.
new orcs. I saw
I got the
two.
same as before, so
What was
21.
Actually, I got the same. No, I got 15. I got one higher.
21, 15, and Ema, what'd you get? I missed it.
8.
That's what Redlac got. Lots. And roll for poor old Big Al. He got a 4. he's never gonna get to do anything. All right. As you're barreling down, Vilfin, you're first. So I'm imagining you're coming out behind Pastor and charging in. What would you like to do, Vilfin?
For flavor, I think my movement speed is faster than Zenora anyway, so it makes kind of sense.
Yeah.
I slide, almost run into a sliding sort of very sort of low, almost like a kick, going for their legs. The legs of the first one. An arm strike with a 24 to hit.
24 hits.
Now I'm using physical dice. D4, so that'll be 6 points of bludgeoning damage as I slide in and crack him just in the shin with my foot. And I'll spend a key point to do flurry of blows.
All right.
As a bonus action, and which will give me 2 more strikes. Hit him in the shin with the first strike, stand up, punch to the gut, which I think will miss with a 8.
Yeah, that misses.
And the second will be a 15.
15 hits.
Which would be another punch to the gut, because I probably couldn't reach his face if I tried. With a 6 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ooh, nice. And as you give a swift punch to the gut as your second hit, you notice that there's a lot more in this room. They were playing cards and drinking, and you see 5 of them. Do you have anything else you want to do?
As a free action, it'll be, oh fuck, there's 5. And that'll be me.
And with that, it is Sebastian. You have run down. Zenora seems kind of stalled a little with seeing all of them at once. So Vilfin, You come in behind her. You can pass her since you get that gnomish abilities. And what would you like? Where would you like to go?
I mean, Sebastian.
Yes, Sebastian. Sorry, Sebastian.
Away from him, was I?
Yeah.
Because I went my full length of movement.
Yeah,
How
so
far
you'd be
away was
right
I?
up to him if you wanted to go right up to him, Zenora.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
would have done my full length of
All
movement.
right, so you'll be right up to him. Sebastian, where do you want to go?
So, where am I exactly?
You can go right up to him if you want.
How far away are they from me?
They would have been 30.
How many are there?
5.
I'm gonna do Fork Lightning at level 2 at 2 of them.
Okay, yep.
I'll
So,
roll to hit for twice.
Okay.
So that's 15 and 17 to hit.
yes, that is hit.
And 17 points of lightning damage
Or both? Or each?
for both. Yeah.
Okay, so they each get 17?
Yep.
Okay. So these two orcs immediately fall down, jerking in sparks of lightning at your feet. Do you want to keep moving further in the hallway?
I'll move in but stay at a distance from them.
Okay, so I'll put you at a distance, but where you can see them.
And at the same time say, see, lightning's not that bad.
Oh.
It did kill them though, didn't it?
Yeah, because they weren't grounded.
This orc is up next. He looks like he's wearing a bit more hide and he's a bit bigger than the rest. He's going to move up to Zenora and try to hit her. He's going to swing and he's going to miss and just scream in Orcish at her face, spitting on her. And that would be Zenora's turn right next after that. You've got your flame in your hand. Oh, you're muted.
Have my flame blade, and I'm naturally just gonna swing at whatever's gonna be coming at me.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
All right.
That's I don't think that's gonna hit. That's a 12 to hit.
That misses. You have an advantage. You can use
I'm
that.
gonna take it. No, it's still a 12 to hit.
Oh no.
I'm just wondering if I can do it or not. Because in response, I would naturally do. Can I do it? I can. And as a bonus action, I'm going to do Daunting Roar back at it.
Ooh, nice.
No.
So is that a save for me?
Yeah, that's a 13.
Okay. Is it what kind of save is it? Is it a...
It's wisdom save.
Awesome. They're not very wise. He fails. And is...
I think even Wilfin would jump slightly hearing that, be like, whoa.
Does it have anything that happens to him, or is he just incredibly
He is
intimidated?
frightened until his next turn.
Nice. Awesome. All right. It is now Ema's turn. Ema, I haven't moved you over. You are in the hallway with them. You don't have a line of sight from where you are. You might have to move just in the hallway if you want to get a shot from range. Or you can move in and be behind everybody.
Aim will move in and be behind everyone.
Okay.
If I've got enough movement, I don't know.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
And then he'll use his bow standing this time.
All right.
18 to hit.
18 hits. Who are you hitting? You hitting the ones Zenora's fighting, or...
The one on standing on his own, I guess.
Okay.
If he's on his own.
7 damage? Alright.
Damage. Does Dreadful Strikes work on my range, or is it only on melee?
Is that a spell? Let me look.
It
Zephyr
It
Strike?
should say.
You mean Zephyr Strike? That one?
Dreadful Strikes.
I don't see that. Where's that at?
That's part of my
Oh, I
phase.
see you. When you hit a creature with a weapon, you can deal an extra 1d4 psychic damage to target, which can take this Extra damage only once per turn. Yes, you can do that. It's a special.
Yeah, it's on
So you
any
can.
weapon.
So do you want to roll a d4 for your extra?
And 4 is that one.
Nice.
So 7 from the longbow and 4 psychic.
Nice.
Unless it states otherwise, it's usually any weapon.
I always forget about it because it's not in my. It's right at the bottom of my
I
act.
know. Zadriel has that stuff too.
Yeah.
It's red. That's it for you? Yep. Ema?
Yep, that's all
Yep.
for me.
All right. Red lack, what would you like to do?
Isn't the farmer dude before me? I got a 2.
Oh, yeah. He got a 4. I would have forgotten him. So, thank you. Big Al is going to rush in with the staff given by Zenora. He's... Don't have a thing for him. He's going to go and hit this guy. And he's going to hit. And he's going to take damage to that one. As he swings back and whacks it across the face. And this orc is now facing him and yelling at him. So he's right there. So you're going to have to imagine that. Now it's your turn, Redelac. What would you like to do?
He's gonna wander in. He's like, I wonder if I should open all these doors. And then he'll hear everyone sort of scream out about how many orcs there are, and he'll run down the hallway. Like, oh, I better go see what's that. And I'll sort of try and get right in the middle.
Right in the middle, which would be right between...
On the rug.
Yeah, which would be in between Big Al's right there, and so you have a choice between 2 of these guys. So.
I'll hit the one near the window.
Okay.
Give it a smack. Oh! I want to use my advantage.
Jeevers.
A natural one.
Damn.
Not good?
No.
No,
Nah,
not
11.
good. Swinging and swinging.
Swing.
Swinging and swinging.
Swing and a miss.
At least he missed us.
Vilfin, it is now up to you again.
Alright, with my 35 feet of movement, I'm going to use Redelac as a climbing frame. And I'm going to run up behind Redelac, basically try and scale him part way and then jump over top with my staff, which I've separated into 2 pieces again.
You want to do acrobatics for Slayer?
Sure. Acrobatics roll with where are we? 11. It's not great, but
It's not great, but you're going to jump over him. All right, yeah.
And come down with a double attack, main hand, offhand on the orc in front of Redelac when he attacked.
All right.
First attack is a miss with a 2. Second, however, my bonus action is a natural 20.
Nice.
So that will be 7 points of bludgeoning damage. So I don't get my modifier on that.
All right. So you kind of get hung up on one of Redlac's horns, but you make it over, and
So, whoa! Crack with the back.
it makes you miss that first one, but you hit with a 7, and this guy is going down to 1 knee. He's still up, but he doesn't look so good. And Sebastian, it's...
And I'll whisper in his ear, "That's what you get when you fuck with a dwarf."
Sebastian, it is now your turn. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna throw my hammer at one that's in line, I guess. I can see one, yep, good. I'll throw my hammer at him.
Say
16 to hit,
16 hits.
and 7 points of bludgeoning damage.
All right.
Hang.
Did your hammer come back to you, or do you...
Yeah, it auto returns.
That's what I
I'll
thought.
throw it at
Yeah, I
someone.
thought you said that. All right. It is
Oh,
now
yes, definitely.
this guy, but he is frightened. Frightened's disadvantage, am I right? Or is it they don't move? DMs out there?
If they're frightened, they cannot move towards the person that they are frightened of, and if they are within range already and attack them, it's a disadvantage.
Yep, so he's going to attack at disadvantage on Zenora. Because he's afraid. and he's gonna miss. I'm not sure if he hasn't even ever seen a creature like you before, so you're throwing him off. And Zenora, it is now your turn.
Okay, I'm going to swing again with my flame blade at
Yep.
the one the one that I've scared.
Mm-hmm.
And that is a 20 to hit.
Nice.
Dirty 20, but still.
Still works.
And that is 6 points of fire damage to it.
All right.
And that's all I'm going to do. I'm just going to look at it and raise my eyebrow and go.
And that lasts a minute, that frightened you? Or does he have to make saves?
He has to make a save.
Wisdom saves, yeah? Alright.
Yeah.
It is now Ema's turn.
Alright, is that one on the left still on its own? Is there anyone in my way?
There's no one in your way. You can easily... Bradlack's pretty big, but you can get him on the shoulder here, so...
Sweet. Ema is gonna yell out for the horses in horse language. And he's gonna use his bow again. And it's 14 to hit.
But it's...
That's 10 damage plus 3 psychic.
This orc hears you whinnying at him, he goes to look at you and gets an arrow shot right in his forehead. He falls down and between Wilson and Run like dead. You staying where you are?
Yep, that's all I want to do.
Alright, Bradlack, you're up. Jesus.
Big Al.
Oh yeah, it's Big Al. Thank you for
Big
helping
Al.
me with Big Al. God. He's gonna miss anyway with an 11. He's between a Minotaur and a Leon, and he's fairly intimidated, and trying to show off, but he's not doing so well. So Redleg, it's up to you now.
It's all right, little fella. Take a swing in front of Big Al, the one that's in front of Big Al.
Yeah. Roll the hit.
Please don't fail me now. 14.
That is.
Yay. 14 points of damage.
Nice. This one falls down as well in front of Big Al and you. And you now have one left. You have 2 actions per turn, yeah? So you can... Don't you? I think you do. Do you have 2 attacks per action? I'm gonna look at you.
I can use my
Oh, no, you can't.
my horns
You
on
can.
that other dude.
You can.
Hey. Alright.
So you're gonna
It's a
move...
21 to hit.
Ooh!
Right.
So you rush forward with your horns. And that hits.
6 points of damage.
6 points of damage. Alright.
That's how much I charge.
6 points is how much you charge.
Alright. Now it is back up, I think, to the top. Because he was frightened with Vilfin.
So I will scoot across to that last one that's left alive there,
Mm-hmm.
and twack away. First attack is at his legs, trying to bring him to his knees with a 17 to hit.
17 hits.
And we will roll. This is my quarterstaff. That'll do 9 points of bludgeoning damage.
Alright.
And the offhand attack will be 21 to hit.
That hits.
And did that first blow bring him to his knees by any chance?
No, this is, he's a big fella.
He's a big dude.
Yep.
I'll try and I'll try with the second attack, bring him to his knees again, same place. So that'd be another 6 points of bludgeoning damage.
6
Both strikes to the
points.
back of his legs.
He's definitely looking to face you, but he's not. He's pretty tough. And that's it for
And
you.
I will spend a key point, which will put me into patient defense,
All right.
which gives me the dodge action.
Okay. Sebastian, from where you are, you have a shot at him if you choose to take it. What would you like to do?
Throw the hammer again.
Throw in the hammer.
24 to hit.
That would it. You guys are rolling really good.
8 points of bludgeoning damage.
All right. And anything else for you?
Negative.
All right. And it's now his turn. He's going to roll out of his... He gets out
And
of...
he's no longer frightened.
Yeah, I was going to get her. He got her out of his friend. So he's going to go and try and hit the last person that... No, I think he's going to try and keep at Zenora. Actually. And he's going to try and swing it with his great axe.
Radalac's gonna put his great axe in front and go no, and then push it forward using his sentinel reaction.
Nice.
So what does that do? It just engages his attack?
Yeah, when a creature within 5 feet of you attacks against a target other than you, you can use your reaction to make a melee weapon attack against the creature.
All right. So make your melee attack. Good stuff.
Smash him.
It's a 17 to hit.
That does hit.
And 13 points of damage.
Nice. Does he still make his attack, or is he blocked now?
No, he still makes the attack.
Okay,
just he
still gonna make
takes
his
damage.
attack. Okay, awesome. So D12 plus 13, and that's gonna be 10 points of damage on Zenor. The first orc hit of the day. Zenor.
That was 10 points.
Yeah,
damage.
10 points. Yeah.
Orcs were pretty piss weak.
I know.
Yeah.
They don't stand a chance. Go ahead. What would you like to do?
I'm going to hit him again
Yeah.
with the flame blade. And that is a 23 to hit.
That does it.
And that is 10 points of damage, fire damage.
Nice. He's getting a little worn down. He's got slashes in his hide armor now. Anything else you'd like to do? You staying still?
Yeah, I'm not moving. I'm
Yeah.
just looking at it going, that all you got?
Ema.
Seriously?
They're not very strong, are they?
No?
Ema, what would you like to do?
Alright, do I have line of sight? Do I am able to hit the person?
You might have to scoot over one block, but you can hit him. Yeah.
Sweet, I'll move and then I will attack again with my longbow. Just 18 to hit.
That hits.
Nice.
Just 10 points of damage from the thing and 3 points of psychic damage from my other thing.
Nice.
Nice,
Alright.
dude.
Radalac, you're up.
But it's time for Big Al.
Oh, it is time for Big Al. God damn it.
Me and Big Al.
Big Al's like,
like.
Big Al misses again.
Oh no!
With a 9. He is swinging and missing. He's used to a sword. He's not used to the staff. Radalac, it is your turn.
Show me how it's done, son.
Yeah. It's like this, and then hopefully I'm gonna just attack him with a great axe again. Natural 20!
Woo!
Nice.
25.
You need 15 points of damage to kill him. See what you can do.
21 points.
Yeah, how do you kill this
Nice.
chief of the orcs?
I'm gonna grab the great axe with both hands, and I'm just gonna like jab the end in and like push it towards the wall, like I was using a staff. Like this.
Wilfred kneel down behind him, so he trips over and goes backwards.
As he starts to jab him in and Vilfin trips him, he falls over the banister and down the stairs in a pool of blood and a thump, 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 thump. And you guys are out of initiative. Finally.
Now that's how you kill orcs.
Yeah, I'm a bit rusty being a farmer. Sorry about that. I think that's all of them. I'm not sure. Should we
Sonora's gonna
Take a look around.
start checking all the rooms just to make certain that there is. She's still got the flame blade out, not doing it until she knows she's out of combat.
All right, as you check all the rooms, we'll use Zenora as a point of reference. You see the farmhands' bedrooms. Big Al will lead you to, come on. I'm trying to uncover everything. Big Al will lead you into his room, and he will get a chest out from under the bed for you guys, which contains mithril chainmail for whoever wants it. And he's going to give you guys 100 gold and some bracers of defense.
And I'll grab that. What was that? So mithril armor,
Mithril chainmail
chainmail. Sorry.
and some bracers of defense for you guys can debate amongst yourselves who needs that.
Yeah. And how much gold was it?
100
100.
in between all of you.
Okay.
Thank you for bringing Petunia back. She's what keeps this whole ranch running. She came back with a peg leg. I swear to God, I think those orcs, they must have damaged her or something sick with those guys, those bastards, and
Yep.
killed all my animals.
You mean that she didn't have a peg leg before?
No. One day there was this huge explosion and she came home like that. I think they were probably sick and twisted torturers is what I think they are.
Well, Emma, if you go down to the burnt stables, there is 3 of your horses as well.
Oh, thank God. Yeah.
We better them back.
Well, if you want, you can use them on your adventures around Phandalin if you want to keep them. It's up to you.
As much as I would like to ride a horse, a few members of our party are not so.
I'm
keen
fine.
on them.
I'm alright. Don't need a horse.
Listen, don't think I didn't see it. We'll be good without the horse for now.
Okay.
As much as I would like to, I can see some would not be so comfortable. Thank you, though.
All right. Well, I don't know why you can't. I guess Harbin must have sent you here to
Aye,
make
he
sure
did
we're
indeed.
okay.
Yes, he did.
Well, let him know you guys cleared it all out for me, and I'm gonna stay here and start cleaning up and trying to make this place back up again. So.
It's an order. Maybe we should search these bodies, find out what these bastards had on them.
Yeah, let's see if we can find anything to do with Talos and if it's anything to do with that.
Aye.
Yeah.
For information for Mr. Falcon too.
Roll investigations.
God, please.
17.
17's good.
12.
Don't
My passive's so much better.
What's that investigation?
Yeah.
I mean, my passive's 14.
Yeah.
My passive's
19.
There is a note on the orc chief with it looks like a circle with 3 pillars and a boar in the middle of the circle with 3 pillars with the words Gorthak above it.
Yeah.
And it looks like 3 stick figures are in the circle. I think they tried a crude drawing.
Does this make sense to anyone?
I think this is something we're going to have to talk to Falcon about.
Yes, Falcon probably knows more about this than us.
I get the feeling that this probably has something to do with the The and I'm trying to think of the name, and it goes to minutes because the mats. I think this has got something to do with the mats he was talking about.
Aye, I agree.
So maybe we're probably going to be visiting Falcon a lot since it's got to do with orcs.
Oh,
Do-
Falcon's a good guy. Yeah.
Do you
I
want
think
to
this one
take off
shit
your heads
himself.
for him?
Do I want to what?
Sure. Badalak, would you do the honors?
I think
Okay.
there's already one with that head downstairs.
And, yeah,
Get
I
to chopping.
You remove the heads. I'll find a sack. Big Al, do you have a sack somewhere we can put these heads in for a bounty?
There's lots of hay sacks in the barn, or seed sacks in the barn, and I think I
Really?
got some in the cellar. I'll go get them.
Thank you.
Brings you some big sacks to put the heads in.
So how many heads did we get?
Well, one was already beheaded downstairs. So, if you're beheading all of them, even the ones with the arrows in their heads,
Yep.
Oh god.
there'd be 8.
8.
Do you leave the arrows in, sticking out? That would be funny.
Emer
8
recovers
heads in a
his
duffel
stuff.
bag.
Ema would have picked it up, wouldn't he?
Emer recovers his arrows.
Yeah, you cover your arrows, so yeah.
So we're giving this to Falcon, right?
Sure.
So, yeah. You just want to show him how big badass you are, don't you?
Aye.
That's all.
Oh, not just me. I mean, all of us. We all did it. I mean, Badalak did a great job in that last part. That last one, he was a big one too.
I can't believe he was scared of the raw. That's only a tiny raw.
To be fair, I kind of paid myself a little. I'm not going to lie.
Why is everybody so scared of it? No one in my tribe is scared of it, except that one.
Yeah, we have seen your kind down here, and that was loud. Very loud, very scary, toothy. Yeah, sharp teeth, scary.
Orc's a little bit dense too. That's come from me.
Yeah, these orcs, had a hard time fighting you. You just cleaned house, so.
Sonora's going to ask Big Al if she could possibly have a little bit of butter, if she can.
Oh, sure, that's...
Just a small amount. I don't want a lot. Just a little bit of butter.
Just a little skull, not a big one.
Oh, yeah.
No, not even a skull. Just a little bit. We don't want to take profits. I just want a little bit, just so I can do
Kind of
some
like a jawbone.
A
Or a tooth,
jawbone of
maybe.
butter. No, I mean, all we do is, well, I've got them encased in wax, so I'll give you some butter, and I'll give you some cheese for the road, because you guys deserve it, so she gives you...
Oh, you got some wax? You got the really bendy wax?
Yeah, the wax, we use it to seal the butter and stuff in to keep it fresh.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's what I wanted to. I wanted to make a bendy wax.
Oh, yeah, okay. Then it
That's
gives
what
you a bunch
if I can have some bendy wax, that would make it awesome for me to be able to have that. I won't need the butter.
Okay, so he goes down the cellar and
I'll take some cheese.
brings you... He
As long
brings
as
you
it's
the,
really smelly cheese.
the
I
butter.
like the strong stuff.
He brings
like the
you
smelly
the
foot cheese.
skillet of butter, cheese, and some wax. He just brings it all. Brings it over and...
Oh,
Like, you know, the cheese that's really old and looks like it's going rotten.
You make a roll. And you hear a moo from behind Ema if you guys are outside because he's getting this. She's gotten out of her ropes and has followed you guys over. And
Ema, your friend has got loose.
How do we make this so that Petuno doesn't follow Emma home?
oh, it's all right.
Well, I have.
Take her leg off.
I got a solution for that.
No.
As Vilfin walks slowly towards the cow with the staff right.
I've got some apples. I'll give
I'm
her.
joking. It's just a joke.
So, how late is it, by the way?
I imagine it's, well, you did have a rest before you came here, so it's probably midday. You've got some time.
Do we want to get about halfway back before? Because we won't get to the bend where the lightning tower is.
Get camp in the forest again. That was pleasant.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Yeah, Falcons is on the way if you wanted to make a stop there.
Maybe we do
Make
that.
it, dear. Do you think we could get to Falcons before sundown?
It's about halfway from here to Fandolin if you go into the woods there. You have to you got a ranger fella with you, so you should be all right. Finding your way in, hopefully.
So we got the Falcons again, and you can drop off your gift.
Sure, why not? We've got that note. He might want to have a look at as well.
Yeah. So we can give him that. Yes. Good.
And then we can rest there and maybe check out this lighthouse after that.
Don't confuse your sacks of heads with your other sacks of heads of cheese and butter. Just be
Oh no,
careful.
I'll carry the. He can
Pretty
carry
sure.
the oak one. I'll carry the.
Pretty sure they smell a little bit different. I mean, the smell of cheese is good. Don't get me wrong, but smell of blood, smell of cheese, a little different.
Okay. I'll appreciate it, and so does Petunia. Thank you. And he pats Petunia, and he waves at you, and he walks in, and you have those things for yourselves.
Did you get your staff back?
Oh,
By any chance?
yeah.
Sonora,
I've got to give you back your staff.
you muted.
Get back and knock on the door. Sorry, but do you mind if I have my Buddha stuff back, please?
Oh, yeah. And he hands it back. I wasn't very good with it anyway, so.
Sorry, and he'll see the scimitar across my back, and the fact that I didn't use the scimitar. But yeah,
You could've
sorry,
used that whole thing.
I don't let anyone touch this, and I
Bye. And he shuts his door and starts to clean up the mess, make a fire pit. So you guys have, where's my map of Fandolin?
So we go to Falcons, and
Yes, you'll need to roll a d10, Ema, if you are guiding them through the Neverwinter Wood again.
I will give him advantage because I've known, yeah.
Ema would farewell Petunia before leaving.
Give her a big sloppy kiss. Yeah.
Yep. All of that. What did I need to roll?
You'll need to roll a d10.
D10, okay.
A D10 or a D20?
A
Get above a
d20 and
10.
get above a 10, sorry. I don't feel so good today. No, roll a d10 and make it more interesting.
So D20 with advantage.
With advantage. So you get to roll it twice. Take the highest.
$17.
17. You guys are making good time. You don't get lost. That's about 15 miles towards Falcons, so you get there about evening time. The gates are open and everyone is there. Pel's happy to see you guys. He's got some puppies following him as you guys come to the gates. And you pretty much know where to go from here. You guys, where would you guys like to go? Each of
Well,
you.
first off, Sonora would be doing a wide berth around the puppies. As much as she likes animals, she's doing a wide berth around the puppies.
Wilfin will be looking for Falcons pretty much straight away.
All right.
Yeah, and I'll be.
Ema will greet Pal and kneel down next to the puppies.
And he
Puppies.
gives you a puppy, and they lick your little face. They lick your face all over. Ratalac and Sebastian, what will you be doing?
Radalac's just trying to make sure he doesn't step on any puppies. He's like, whoa, they're so little.
I can picture that. Sebastian.
Yeah, I'd just be going inside and lighting up some skunk weed. But,
And
and,
stoner, he says.
and pull out my bag and start tinkering again.
Are you tinkering on anything in particular? Or is that not for us to know?
It's not for you to know.
All right.
Very secretive, this gnome, isn't
Ooh. You see him tinkering in the corner with something. It's up to you guys if you want to check it out. Falcon is in his chair in front of the fire in the hunting lodge room with all the orcs' heads. So I
I just walk
imagine
in
you three.
and dump the sack at his feet. Brought you a gift.
Well, this is very different than wine, but I think I like it just as much. What have you been busy?
A little bit, yeah. We also have this note. Zenora, have you got that letter we found?
Yes, here it is, and I give the information that we got off the orc.
Yeah, that's the same letters as the last one, but this circle is a bit different. You think it's some kind of ritual or diagram for something?
I'm not entirely sure. I don't know much about this kind of stuff.
That's kind of what I figure. It reminds me a little bit of the loggers camp a little bit. Some of the stuff that I'm seeing.
Yeah, something to do with Talos. I think we mentioned that last time.
Well, the boar, it seems.
The boars is what makes it so similar to me.
Aye.
So you remember Xanth? I think I told you about him before. He's a centaur friend of mine.
Aye.
He's mentioned something about them summoning a kind of a circle, and he mentioned that Talos does have a boar. I'm kind of wondering if they're going to summon something like that. You might want to talk to him if you're going by Fandolin. He is, hang on, I have a map. So he was looking up something around this area over here. If you've got the lighthouse down by there and Fandolin's over here, he was going to head in this direction. So you might run into him on your way. If you see him, and give him a hand.
Well, we'll keep an eye out for him.
He could probably reach you.
Curiosity, Falcon, have you heard of Mysteria or Tia?
A Mysterio?
Mystra or Tia?
Mr. and Tier. I do believe those are gods.
That's what I thought. I thought this things are weird.
You guys having a lot of god issues, huh?
Somehow I think these ones are kind of be helping us against the oak problem.
And
Brad gets bored and goes to see what Sebastian's doing.
in the corner.
Yeah.
Sebastian, you see Radlac go over to you, hovering over you.
It's just tinking away.
Anything special? Does it go boom?
Wow. That's a good idea, actually.
Yeah.
But no. This doesn't go boom. Should fly, though.
Oh, wow.
Maybe. I think. I don't know yet.
The smoke from the skunk weed is like permeating the corner there. We'll go back to
Let's get roomstone.
we'll go back to these hot boxes in the Fawning Lodge. We'll go back to Falcon as he says, at the mention of Mr. Antier, I don't believe you guys have talked that you guys shared a dream with Mr. Antier yet. So at the mention of Mr. Antier, imagine Ema, Vilfen, and Radlac would hear.
I think Emma's still outside.
Oh, Ema is still outside. Are you still outside, Ema, or do you have come in from the puppies to...
Ema will still be outside.
Yeah, so Vilfen, you'd pick up on that.
We mentioned a dream, but I don't think we mentioned names.
We didn't mention any names. Dolphin's going to keep it to himself at the moment.
Yeah. Well, Danth, he's a centaur of shamanic abilities from his tribe. He wouldn't really know much about those kinds of gods, but he does know about Talos and the orcs summoning something. And he knows these woods like the back of his hand. So he might be able to point you in the right direction of that circle if it is a ritual.
Out out of curiosity, would I have noticed Wilfin do a slight start to the name?
I would have raised an eyebrow. That would have been about it.
Insight to see how well you notice his ever-changing facial expressions by now.
Under all of his hairiness.
Under all of this hairiness.
I'm burning my last bit. And it was a waste again.
Ah,
But it would have been a 13.
he raises an eyebrow. Yeah,
Whereas
that's pretty much
I
it.
raise an eyebrow all the time.
So yeah. Though if you're heading that way, I could use help with the manse when you're ready. But we need to be well prepared for that. So definitely come back when you feel like you've got a lot under your belt.
What do you need to? What do you think we need to be ready for the next?
I feel like
Perhaps we can prepare.
What sort of numbers you're thinking?
I think I'm seeing more and more
20,
boars.
30, 40?
Maybe. I feel like more and more boars are going that way, and I don't trust that they're all boars. I think there's something going on. And the more we're finding out, the better we're got a chance at this magic tree that's blossoming up out of this place. So probably 15-ish. Maybe more.
Yeah, we'll go catch up with your friend and maybe come back after that. We've got a couple of things we need to do.
Yeah.
I think before we go to bed, the group should probably have a conversation. Do you think we can get Smoky Pants over there to actually come and have a conversation?
I'm quite sure if I talk to Radlac, he'll pick him up and drag him in if he doesn't want to anyway. I'll go find Ema. I'll be right back.
No worries. And yeah, I wouldn't be going anywhere near Ema if he's near the puppies or anything.
I'll walk out and just say to Ema, Ema, come inside. We need to have a chat.
Alrighty. It says goodbye puppies in dog language.
And they're like wagging their little tails. Pal's gathering them up for the night to put them away. So
Radlac, can you get Sebastian to come over? Sebastian, come on.
Oh, yeah. You coming with, Sebastian?
Yeah, what? Huh? For what?
They want us over there.
Okay. And I take a leg and walk over there.
A leg.
a leg
Okay.
of lamb, of
Leg of
puppy.
cow.
A leg
A
of
leg
cow.
of the thing
Petunia?
that I'm building.
So a mechanical leg. A mechanical. Well, yeah, you didn't tell me what I was doing. Y'all heard that in the background. That's gonna.
Oh, that's gonna
I
buzz
didn't hear
me
it.
off after.
I didn't hear a thing. I know what he's making, but I didn't hear a thing.
No, I don't know what he's making, but I heard the dirt and the DM's gonna.
So you follow over and boom. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
Campaign over. TPK.
I get out the mithril chainmail armor and go, armor. Who needs mithril armor?
Not me. I'm fine.
Any,
I'm better, faster without it.
anyone? Because if no one wants it, I'll see if I want it or not. I'm not used to anything other than leather. Sorry, Dad.
Yeah. What? I'm not used to wearing much of anything. I don't think that'd fit me.
It would protect you. And it would
Yeah.
magically probably.
I'm pretty sure he's better off without it too.
Yeah, barbarians are probably better out. Same as the monk. I could use it, but
Okay. If Ema doesn't want it, it's up.
if you want it, you can have it. I've got scale, so
Probably
cool.
sell for a bit too if we don't need it.
And yeah, aye, if no one wants it, then it would probably sell for a pretty penny.
I will have a look and see if I can wear it or not. But if no one else wants it, I will do that. But if other people want it,
You're,
glad to give it up.
you're fine. And mithril is a fine metal.
And I just wanted to make sure. Something that I did see is, can I pull out the braces of defense? Braces of defense. Would that work for you, Dolphin?
Probably. Braces would work nice. Do we know what they do? I know what they do, but Wilfin probably doesn't.
I don't, and that's why I'm asking everyone. So,
Pretty sure they're a +1 to defense.
So you would know probably with being a monk what the bracers of defense, because Big Al said they were the bracers of defense also as well. So he plainly stated. So you would probably know what they do.
I'm pretty sure from memory they're a +1 to AC.
I do believe they are. I don't have them on me right now.
Radlock, what is your armor like? What's your AC, sir?
With this neat shield you got me, I do all right.
All right. So do you mind if I try these on?
Go for it.
So Wilfin will take the braces of defense.
All
okay.
right.
So I put that down for you. I've given them to you. And then I'll give each of us 20 gold each. So you now have 20 gold.
Oh, they're a +2 to AC. So.
Yep. If you're wearing no armor and using no shield, so perfect.
Exactly. I will need to attune to them, however.
Yeah.
So I'll put them on and spend the evening attuning to them.
And I'll have a look at what the mithril armor does, because I actually haven't looked it up.
Yeah, I don't think I can use it.
And you know that the mithril chain
all
armor
yours.
is a light, flexible armor that
So it's light armor?
yeah, it's armor chainmail, but it's light and flexible. If the armor normally
it's
imposes disadvantage on
it's actually classed
stealth,
as heavy armor.
It is heavy armor.
yeah, or has the mithril armor doesn't give you disadvantage on stealth checks.
I can't have heavy armor, so
So you
if
guys
anyone
might
else
want to
can.
sell it, yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, we might have to sell
Yep.
it.
Yeah, it's a fighter type thing, so unfortunately, we
yeah,
have to sell it.
unfortunately, no. Might have to sell it.
It's all good.
So that's it. The other thing too is, are we going straight back to Fandolin, or is your curiosity for the lighthouse?
Well,
I think we
can
spend the night here and check out this lighthouse.
Here. Then go for power.
Yeah. Sebastian really has a hard-on for this lighthouse. So I believe we should definitely check it out.
I've got a hat that I want to really test out.
Not
Alright.
on the other luck.
What is that you're making? You see, you've got a wee leg there.
I don't know yet.
It's very interesting.
Hopefully it works.
If it is going to help us, then I hope it works too.
I don't know.
You don't know a lot, do you?
Well, it's kind of the thing that it's just I work off feeling like this feels right. Sort of.
That's super deep, man.
God.
It's kind of what a stoner would say, wouldn't you say?
Yeah. You're not wrong. But
It's all that skunk weed you've been smoking. It's making you a wee bit up on cloud 9 or even cloud 11.
And I'm going to be sleeping in the house, but I'm gonna go with Ema outside for a bit once we've all done this, because I'm bored.
Anyone need a drink? I need a drink.
As fucking.
Fucking, you got any wine?
Oh
or ale?
yeah, I got plenty.
I'm hankering for a drink, if you don't mind.
Man
You
after
can't
my
pay.
own heart. And he leads you to where he keeps all the best of his ales and wines, and you are going out, Zenora, to see Ema.
So I'm guessing Ema's probably coming out, and I'm just gonna sit outside. I don't want to go near the puppies or anything like that, but I'm just gonna go. I just want to sit down and I'm getting an apple and just say, I just want to sit for a bit. Not talk, just sit. Need peace. And I'll just sit quietly and keep handing apples to Eva
And
and have one myself.
the puppies have been put away by Pell. He is gone. Corwin is lighting all the lights around and shutting the gates for the night. So you two are by yourselves with your apples.
Ema sort of curls up like a cat on the grass. Sort of.
Oh, that I know. And I'll do the same and just curl up and yeah, just for a bit before it's time for me to go to bed, and then I'll go to bed.
So Wilfin is going to offer Redlac a drink, knowing Sebastian's probably going to wander off and start tinkering again, more than likely. Redlac, take a seat. Have a drink. I was wondering if I might, if you don't mind, if we could talk a little bit about your. I suppose you could call them your family.
Yeah, I'll take a drink. It's been a rough day, and I don't mean the orcs.
Aye, indeed. So, you say you met this lady, and obviously, you fell in love, and she had these wee children with her. So what happened? Did you not see what happened to the children that day?
Well, I mean, there was so many of them, and I just assumed they'd taken off with them. But like I said, if they're looking for them, there's a good chance maybe they got away, and I've been thinking about it all wrong for all these years. Could have been looking for them. I knew I couldn't take on the Legion on my own. But if they're out there somewhere else,
so I'm assuming you know the names and the age that they were when, well, roughly the age they looked when when they were lost. And where was the closest town?
Well, we were just outside of Zent. That's the town that the Legion was trying to take hold of when I was, well, still with them.
And how many members does the Legion have? Do you know?
Thousands.
So they're
It's
quite
not
well
just
established.
Minotaurs, it's just about every other kind of monstrous race you can think of.
And you talked about the Underdark. Some of my kin are from the Underdark. I don't know if you've heard of the Dwergar. Dark dwarves.
Yeah.
Distant kin, but kin nonetheless.
Stories tell that we were, after the difficulties with Bahamut, and find out that god probably wasn't a good choice. Our people fought with the drow, if you're familiar.
Aye, the dark dwarves, dark elf.
Yeah, some of us left the underground and sort of tried to sketch out a life on the land. But Minotaurs aren't too keen to be underfoot, and so they just found another cause to kill people for, and it seemed to be the way of life for most of us.
I myself spent a lot of time underground. As you may know, I mean, dwarves spend a lot of time in the mines. I got tired of it. The dark, the harsh, the stone, metal. As much as I still love working with it, just needed to get out and see the sun.
I was going to say, it seems like you have a particular admiration for the light of day.
I do. Lysander, a new deity I found in a short time after I left the mine. Spent some time traveling and stumbled across a monastery in the middle of nowhere. But the monks there, all races, no turned anyone away. They welcomed me in and taught me about Lysander and the light. Taught me how to fight without a weapon. You may have noticed I only use a staff because I just like to have something in my hands every now and again. I do miss marks a little bit, but it's fine.
You do
I'm
pretty
still a
well
dwarf.
without it.
I'm still a dwarf. I
You
mean,
most certainly are, sir.
I love my drink and the gold and the stone and the metal, but all this talk of darkness reminds me of darker days. But as I said earlier, no matter what, if these thugs try and take you, they'll have to go through me first.
Oh, I have no doubt they won't even see you coming.
Hey, I'm a wee man. Smash you in your kneecap before you know it.
Yeah, don't know how much that means to me, honestly. Spent a long time alone.
I too travelled alone for a long time. Not being with the clan was strange. But you get used to it. But it's good to have friends. Yeah. And he raises an ale. By clink, but clunk as two wooden mugs, I would imagine.
Yeah.
And just guzzles the entire thing. The ale runs down the sides of his beard, like typical dwarf. Not no real manners to speak of.
Yeah, Red like it do the same.
Yeah, just guzzles it down, slams on the table. Excuse me. All right, I think I'll turn in for the evening. You sleep well. See you in the morning.
All right. So everyone is going to bed at this point. Sebastian, are you going to bed as well, or are you staying up late?
No, when they start heading, I'll probably go to bed as well.
You often head to bed and you wake up, nice sleep, get your breakfast, and you guys are going to head to what you guys feel like the lighthouse. You say anything to Falcon and Corwin and Bell before you leave?
Just thank them for their hospitality once again, and let them know that we're going to go check out this lighthouse before heading back to Fandolin.
All right.
Just make sure people know where we are, kind of thing.
Yeah. As you say goodbyes, they shut the gates behind you. Guys head to a journey, taking. And you don't need to rest because you've already stopped at Falcon's. As you get closer to the coast,
Before we get too close, Sonora is going to get the moldable wax. I heard harpies, and I hand each of them 2 little balls.
Nice.
Yeah. Put these in
well
your ear.
done.
very good.
If they
What-
scream
what-
or try and attract you, they won't. Okay? Put these in your
That
ears.
is a great idea. I no thought of this.
Very clever.
This is wonderful. This will help to help when Radalak is sleeping in the same room. He snores like a freight train. What a train is, but he smells like one.
So yeah.
Good
So
job.
I'm going to give each 2 each to all of them.
Wilfred will probably put his in straight away.
Put it in straight away.
Yeah.
Can
Just test it out.
You see, as you put them in, you hear see Zenora's mouth keep moving, but it's pretty muffled. So you don't-
Hey, what you say?
I
Can't
guess
hear
it's
you.
I'm like, put him in.
Oh, right.
Emma.
What? What are you talking about?
And I'll give them to Sebastian. Sebastian, put him in. Put it in.
What is she saying? I can't hear a thing.
I don't know.
Right.
And I'll put the wax in my ears as well. And I'll get out a piece of paper and I'll write out, just tell him to put it in.
Sebastian, put them in your ears.
God, I hope no one stops on your way there.
So.
Does he put them in?
Do you put them in?
Are we at the tower yet?
I would have done it not long before as we're getting to the coast near the
Getting
tower.
closer,
I would have
yeah.
put it in
Well,
then.
when we get close enough to the tower, I'll put it in. And at the same time, the two, I'd be magically tuning them to actually produce white noise.
Nice.
All right.
Emu will put them in his ears. When he realizes that he can't hear anything, he's going to fart loudly.
Sebastian does not have his in, then he hears.
I'm
Sebastian,
guessing Sonora's got good smell.
Sebastian does
Right.
not have his in, and he hears it very loudly.
Radlack's gonna take his out of his ears.
I don't think they're big enough for your nose, dude.
Probably wouldn't be big enough for my ears.
They fall right out. That's
I made sure that I was getting it. I knew exactly what I was doing
Yeah.
with it.
That depends, yeah. Jeez. As you guys get closer to the coastline, we're gonna switch to our coastline music. It starts to get rainy, and it starts to get a little bit more thundery. And you start to hear a heart. If you don't have your earplugs in, you'll start to hear a heartbeat sound the closer that you get.
You able to feel it?
You might be able to feel a little thump thump, maybe. It depends. The closer you get, the more you're gonna feel it. You are going in at low tide, so below the high cliff that hugs the coastline, and we'll go to our map real quick here, is an outcropping of rock that is nearly surrounded by water with only a narrow causeway connecting it to the beach below. Atop this outcropping is a stone building surmounted by a lighthouse tower. An eerie green light pulses from this beacon, shining westward out to the sea. And with each green pulse of light, you hear the thump of a slow beating heart. Imagine you guys are, let me see if I can see on the map here. You guys are entering right here. It depends on if you have your earwax thing in. If you don't, you'll hear, "Well met!" and a skittering of click, 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 clicks coming towards you. And you will see this giant crab, coming towards you, kind of waving his pincers. And speaking in
Okay.
common.
Wilfin will ready his staff, splitting it ready for the combat, like straight into the combat
Sonora,
phase.
remembering the story of that crab being part of the elf, like the elven lady, she's going to pull one of the earwaxes out and go, "Huh?
Well met! Hello!
What about? What's going on?"
What the fuck is that?
Uh,
What hell?
And I
What?
put my hand up.
I'm a fucking crab! What are ya?
The fucking dwarf?
Very
I'm
tight.
gonna fucking hit you.
Where's your mistress?
Oh, you know about my master, Muriel. Yes,
heard.
you've come to help her? Put her to rest?
Rest. She gone?
Yes, she was killed by Moesco, the anchorite of Talos, apparently. It's his
Moresco?
Moesco. Moesko.
This lighthouse has crabs.
Hey,
Big one.
See that?
just the one. I'm not infested or anything.
Oh,
So-
sorry about that.
So, you
So what-
like human?
Oh, she put a spell on me a long time ago so that I could speak common. Ah, it helps with getting around, but I've been so lonely since she's been gone. It's just me in this lighthouse. It's really nice to see a friendly face.
What about the
Wilfin's with
ships?
his earplugs by the stage.
I've still got one in,
One in and one out.
but one out. So, what about the ships?
Oh,
Why
that,
are they being attracted here?
they're
what is going on?
to the heartbeat of Moesco. He's taken his heart and put it in the lighthouse. So they can't die unless the heart's killed. It's up at the top.
Who's Moesco?
He's an anchorite of Talos. This is a temple to Talos. Well, it is now.
What about the harpies?
Oh, the harpies. They're up. See this ledge? And he points towards a ledge over this way. Way up there on the edge of the cliff. That's where they're at. You
So
might.
we have to get past the harpies to get to the heart, you say?
Oh, you can probably go up the lighthouse and try and avoid them if you want to do. They might have something in the nest. I don't know. They come back and forth.
Yeah, I think we need to kill the harpies anyway, so that the heart doesn't.
I'll take you to Miro.
I'm pretty sure the harpies probably would see us coming anyway.
I'll take you
Have we
to.
got any choice to kill him?
I'll take you to Miro. It's on the way. And he clicks down and goes into this hole like of a cave, like of a
Does
grotto.
anyone feel like seafood? I got a hankering for seafood right now.
Yeah. I really like this fella. He's kind of funny.
Yeah.
Rather
Amos-
hungry.
Amos still got both earplugs in, looking at the rest of the group talking with Crab and going, wow, you guys can talk to Crab? Amazing.
Wilfin just nods at Ema.
Renato's gonna go up to Emma and take one earplug out if he will let her.
He'll let her.
No, this one speaks common, but he's
Are you
gonna
doing,
take
my
us to his
friend?
mistress. But keep one in and hold on to this one for if we come next to Harpies. Okay?
Ema will reply, a crab that speaks common. Have you been smoking something of bloody tobacco?
Dude, it's just skunk weed. It's not that bad.
Have you seen your eyes lately?
Yeah, they're green.
And they're barely open. You look like a Chinaman.
Whoa. Let's go.
Let's go.
They hear the
together.
clicking coming back out, and this crab is like, "Oh, look! If you help me out,
I couldn't think of a race of D&D.
I'll give you a treasure off of one of the ships. I'll dive down and get it for you, if you help me with Miro.
Hey, no, I've got a hat for that.
Well, if you go down there, you'll get hit by Dagger Maw. That's the worst of the sharks. They're gonna get you in the water."
Let's
There
go
you
see
go.
what Middle.
Take a what?
He clicks back into the grotto.
I'm gonna follow Middle. I'm just gonna ignore, I'm not gonna
Follow the crab.
Yeah.
Wilfin's going to look out the water to see to see if we can see what this dagger, whatever it was.
He
He
sees
was
several
kind of half
sets,
paying attention.
several sets of shark fins going about the water of the ships, cleaning
Wilfin's
up.
got no idea what sharks are.
Now you see these fins, yeah, in the water. As you guys go into the grotto together, I'm assuming. Is anyone sitting outside?
We'll go with him.
All right.
We'll go.
Well, go.
Wilfin's going to put his earplugs back in there. He doesn't want to hear anything this close to harpies.
All right, as you guys go into the grotto, I will show you a picture. You see before you, if any of you know what a banshee would be, roll nature to see if you remember in your studies of all the animals with a 15 and above.
So I got a 15 off the dice, so it's 16 all up.
All right,
16 as well.
yeah. This is it. What'd you get, Emma?
20.
Yeah, nice. A damp 8-foot-high cave is encrusted with lichen and connected to a tunnel. And at high tide, this would be under the water, but at low tide, you are able to walk in it. You see this banshee, which you can only assume is Muriel, which was once this beautiful, ghostly sea elf. She has gills, webbed hands, and webbed feet, and she's wearing spectral garments in her hair as if she's floating undead in the underwater, almost. She seems like tethered, like she goes to move forward and is tethered. She's floating as if she's floating underwater, and we will probably stop it right there before she speaks to you all, because we are at the time. You guys have all leveled up.
Yay!
Congratulations.
Do, 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 do.
Do, 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 do.
We don't have to stop. I mean, it's a public holiday. I don't mind.
Yeah, I got nothing to do tomorrow.
Oh, well, we could go a little bit longer if you wanted to finish some, but
Nutty's in bed, so I probably should stop.
yeah, we'll stop there. All right.
I'm gonna level up though.
Yeah. So as you guys are picking out your level ups, we'll go Sebastian. Favorite part of the night?
The crash.
The crash?
That was pretty cool. Nah.
No, it was not cool for me.
Well, it's pretty cool. I don't know. So it was a good episode. Like a lot of storyline, backstories and stuff. And I'm just gonna do this because I'm tired of hearing myself again.
Sorry.
But yeah, no, it was good just to have people talking about their backstories, which lets you see the other side. And Grimm's whole thing of he had a previous life that wasn't quite as nice as he is now was an interesting twist, I think.
Oh, definitely.
I've been sitting on that, knowing of it because I've known this character for a very, very long time. Sitting on it, going, "What would Sonora do? What would Sonora do? What would Sonora do?"
All right, and next, Radlac. What was your favorite?
I really like Petunia the cat.
Petunia.
Petunia the cow.
Oh, God. Good old
I
Petunia.
was like, man, a cow with a peg leg? I'm like, shit's got weird.
Look at the Curse of Strahd, you'll understand.
Yes, if anyone remembers the very first episode of Curse of Strahd, they will correlate the Petunia the cow.
Yes, go watch the episode 1 on Evildoers YouTube channel, and you will see the Petunia featuring. Now, that's funny because when I was reading this, in the module, there is a cow, Petunia, you have to find. I'm like, oh, yes.
Nice.
Zenora, what is your favorite?
Actually, mine is along the lines of the DM picking children being kidnapped, knowing my backstory enough to know that Sonora wouldn't be okay with that. And yeah, it was all dependent on what Radlac actually did, how he's going to do the whole thing with the bounty and everything like that.
It makes
But yeah,
for a good story.
I'm sitting here going, and because I obviously living with him, I kind of knew, and I'm sitting there going, how would she react? How would she react? How would she react? I will sit there going, but I know the backstory, which is what the whole thing was. The other thing I really enjoyed was just the talking, the random talking, and actually, and the group was really interesting.
Yeah, I like those too. Yeah. Dolphin.
I would have to, I'd say just a role play, just reiterating what Sadiq said, just when you get into sort of roughly this sort of part of most D&D campaigns, sort of 5, 6, 7 episodes in, some characters do start to sort of talk about themselves a little bit, about backstories and things like that, and that's when your relationships start to really start in most campaigns. Obviously, we saw that in the previous episode with Ema and Zenora having that little sort of heart-to-heart chat, and now we're seeing it with Radlac and Vilfin with a little bit of common, not exact common ground. I mean, familiarity with the Underdark, with obviously being the dwarf, living in a mine, living in the darkness a lot of the time, sort of then coming to light with that. But Vilfin's whole thing is he's seen Radlac as a good person from the time they started, the time he's met him to now. He's not really done anything to suggest that he would be capable of murder or kidnapping. So that's why it was so easy for him to say, nah, there's no way that he's responsible for that, and he's going to stand by him and help him out, knowing that these bad people are out there, kind of thing. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, again, just everybody, well done on the character creations, the backstories, and the DM for adding your little personal twists onto the existing story. I mean, Petunia the cow. I mean, I know the tie-in to the cow. The moment you said cow with a peg leg, I just about wet myself. It was like, I know what that cow is. So it was pretty nice, but very, very cool.
Ema.
What I love is that whatever it is, the Eldritch Depths that allows me to speak to animals at any time at will.
It's so handy.
I love that. It's awesome. And that's today's episode. Just so many times you could just go, sweet, I'm going to talk to that person without having to cast anything. Just go out and do it. There's a couple of things that crack me up. There's Radlac always remembering that Big Al was before him, and then Big Al always missing every time. Anyway. And then someone was saying something about stopping the cow from following us, and Sebastian's like, oh, just takes the leg off. And I was just like, Which is funny considering that the same person on both characters is the person that removed the leg the first time.
Definitely.
I definitely picked up on that.
I liked the horse conversation. I thought that was fun. Having to have to do all the animals back is quite a challenge because it's like, oh shit.
Welcome to my world.
Actually, I have to admit, favorite part, Yanti's trying to do the horse lips.
Oh, that was good. We got a clip. We got 2 clips of that.
Oh,
Three,
no.
because I added one
We've
in
got
too.
three. We've got three separate clips of the horse lips.
They used to own horses, so I know that whole lip thing they do
Yeah,
is
yeah.
so crazy.
It's great.
Yeah.
If you remember correctly, last Wednesday in our Stride campaign, I also had to play the part of a horse.
Oh yeah,
Yes, I did like your horse.
that was a good horse. Seems a
So
reflection.
yes, I know all about the playing animals, crows, horses.
And Sebastian's addiction, that is, he swears it's not an addiction.
That's great.
You have
It's
a
not.
problem.
I'm not getting wasted, man. I swear.
Man, it's just skunky, dude.
It's not harmful. Standing there with his eyes half closed and talking like he's in slow motion.
I can give up at any time, man.
It's medicinal.
Oh, that's awesome.
Don't dangle that in front of me, because Zenora could have fun with that.
Oh, Bill can make him give up.
God.
A good crack on the back of the head, mate. You give up anything.
Yeah. And I do believe
Generally, life. I mean,
Magic had mentioned that Zenora and Vilfin are actually really creating kind of a bond together in conversations too sometimes.
a little bit. Yeah, a little bit. It's
So,
yeah. I mean, the apology was obviously. I mean, Vilfin's not a malicious person, so the fact that he hit her was more out of defence of Radlac initially, but then realising the whole context of it, that was why he went and apologised. So it's just the context of the situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole children thing just, it's PTSD basically. That's her reaction to it. It's very violent, it's not a good reaction.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And see, Vilfin's never had children. He's never really had to deal with it. So to him, it's that kind of reaction is a little foreign to him, but he understands at the same time.
Yeah, and the fun thing as a DM, and sometimes the not so fun thing, is you get to see all these backstories, and you get to put monkey wrenches into people's things to make them either adapt, evolve, or relate to each other. which is
Adrax.
really
We know
nice
how
to watch.
make into certain characters.
Yeah. So now that all your backstories are pretty much out, it's nice to see you guys evolve from those, and we all know, we can all watch and see how you guys change as you go over the course of this. So it's really pretty interesting. So, yeah.
And Yancy also making me work hard, having to type up my relationships with all my family members, just in case it was one of them.
It might not be. It might be an enemy. It might be an enemy that survived. You never know. Like, yeah. I always thought that was funny.
Be interesting.
I thought that was funny. I was like, oh, okay.
The one thing I will say is I did not expect it to be Radlac with the bounty.
Yeah.
That did surprise me. I was really leaning towards either Sebastian or Zenora. Actually.
Was like his weed dealer.
Oh no, it was definitely more so Zenora, but
yeah, Sebastian's never left
Radlac was the person I least suspected would have something like that, have something from his past.
Personally, I thought it was 3 tracks.
Yeah, you could have a.
I did initially, but then the whole draft thing, it's like, probably not.
Yeah, that's what he says. He says he was a giraffe.
Sebastian says a lot of things too, but the way he speaks and the way he is, it's kind of hard to believe a lot of what he says.
The funny part is I personally knew it was either myself or Grim. It was going to be one of us, I could have sworn. Because I knew his backstory. As Zenora, I would have had no clue.
Yeah.
Treasure, you're free to give more points if you want, if you're asking me. That's what your points are for, to give away. So, just everyone keeps track. Because, sometimes even rolling with advantage doesn't always turn out so good, so...
I think I've got
Zenora proved that. I think she had 2 bad, yeah.
I haven't used...
I think I burned 2 or 3 that episode.
I actually had some pretty good rolls tonight, so I was not too bad.
Yeah, all the
I'll probably get all
rolled
5 rolls next week.
I found it funny that my first few rolls were all 19s, and I'm sitting there going, I swear I'm not doing this, and all of a sudden I'm getting terrible rolls.
Well, level 5, I now get 2 attacks on the action, so I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
And I get Stunning Strike, one of my favourite monk abilities.
So,
I get a +6 to my flame hit, and my perception went to 21.
Nice.
So as these guys level up, don't forget to join us on Sunday for Sanctum, our homebrew steampunk mini campaign, and find out what's going to happen. It's getting pretty good. I'm interested to see how it goes because I have no idea. So tune in then. 5:30 Eastern Standard Time. And Wednesdays, give a shout out to Evildoer for Curse of Strahd campaign. I want to say Stroud.
Curse of Stroud.
Same time. We are now 25% complete on our horror game challenge already. Jesus. All right. And we will see you guys next time.
So episode 30 next week for Strahd as well.
Nice.
30th episode, so we're doing pretty well.
And we will go. I've got to find my little bye-bye thing. Where did it go? Oh, I don't have a bye-bye for Icespire.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh, bye-bye.
You don't have a bye-bye. You say bye-bye.
Whoops.